You should have stayed on Rumspringer.
Right. Don't get the blue box.
Yeah, I got that.
All right. Just making sure.
Oh, I got that.
Are we good?
We're good.
Master volume up? All
Yes,
right.
it is.
Okay, good. Good to see you there. Are we on?
We are on.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Awesome Talk, Season 8, Episode 12, Suit Night for everybody but Tony Tedesco. This is the season closer, and it's going to be a really great show tonight. I can tell you already right off the bat it's going to be a great show.
Seems like you're a little presumptuous.
Yeah, he always is, though.
Well,
I mean, it could go any way, really.
it could go any way, but I'm trying to stay positive
that's
about everything that's going on.
See, after your statement, I don't want it, but part of me wants to show the bomb now.
Yeah, come on. That's
It's the
comedy.
agitator. I got a little bit of that going on, too. Like, well, he said it's going to be good.
So now it can't be. It can't be.
I'm already clammed up.
Yeah.
I think you said you wanted to show the bong. I was like, wait, what did I miss?
I thought you seemed a little tight over here, you know?
Well, don't worry, he's ordered the accommodator.
He's about to be a commentator.
We did that before. Free shipping, Mike. Free shipping.
Yeah, I got it on.
Well, free shipping. How could you say no?
All right.
Oh, dude.
What's an accommodator?
Yeah, that's really
What is
It's a face strap dildo. It's a chin strap
Chin
dildo.
strap dildo.
Starting off strong.
Duh, obviously.
Yeah, we're starting off really.
I'm
Out of the
sorry.
gate.
Every fucking time there's some sort of sex toy or something, and I'm clueless about it, she's like, "Duh, idiot! How do you not know what this is? How do you not know what this means?" She's
But
like,
if it was way to manscape his balls, he'd know what it was.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
Every so
wouldn't
often.
it just make more sense to have it like like a rhino or like a unicorn you put it on your forehead? What the?
Well, yeah.
listen to some old Metallica. I just headbang.
For the praying heathen.
Yeah.
The man who thinks he can be forgiven.
Those nights you're going to bed facing east.
Yeah.
I know you're watching this shit. I know you're watching this shit.
You make the wife of someone with Parkinson's
Oh, yeah, of
super
course.
happy.
That was a good one.
That was good.
That was a good one. Well, I got it. I heard the Parkinson's joke. I heard it. Hey, something cast in the room. Hey, my mom's in the room. Hey, welcome everybody.
Nice.
So holy shit, let me properly introduce the show. So tonight we have a really great show. As far as content is concerned, we got highlights from this season, like some of the best, most popular moments this season are going to air. We got Ice in the Face, a lot of performances from people who are around the bar. And tonight, Mike Chick. Mike Chick.
Chike, it's like Chike.
You know what? I want to call you Mike Chic.
Mike Chic.
I think that
That's a
sounds
hard
smooth.
CH.
That's like
Yeah.
a stripper. That's like a stripper name, dude.
From
Yeah, right, exactly. Chic your booty.
yeah.
Throw glitter.
Yeah.
Every time
Fabulous.
he walks in the room,
Pocket over
And people are like,
every time he says his name.
yeah, people are like,
Yes.
how does he
I like
always
what
have? How does he always have this shit? I'm gonna move this a little this way,
What's
man.
that
I
guy's
don't think we
name?
get
Rip?
Sarah.
Family.
Van Torn?
Yeah.
Rip torn?
Rip Torn, yeah.
Rip Torn is one of the coolest guys that
Yes.
ever lived. That ever lived. He was Patches O'Houlihan in Dodge.
Patches
No, no,
O'Houlihan.
He was always throwing glitter all over.
No. I'm talking about
Dude at the end of Jackass.
No, it's not Rip Torn.
No,
Yeah,
Rip Torn is the end of Jackass.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it's
the guy-
over. The
it was-
movie's
it was-
over.
it was-
Hooray!
The guy from Match Game PM.
That's Rip Taylor.
Yeah,
right.
Rip
Oh,
Taylor.
right, yeah, right.
Rip Torn. Rip Torn is Patches O'Houlihan.
Ah,
Patches
messy.
O'Houlihan.
I got my rips twisted.
And Men in Black. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your rips twisted.
Yeah, you got your
He was
Rip
also
Torn.
in the first two seasons.
I hate it when my rips
I hate it when my rips get twisted.
Just started.
Well, Mike from Yawn Mower, Modern Animals, welcome to the show, dude. We're so happy
Oh,
to
yeah,
have
man.
you here. And let me just tell you what a great sport you are. The fact that so many of us are really meeting you for the first time tonight, and you were like fuck it, dude. I'm gonna put a suit on and come here to the show, and I'm gonna engage in suit night.
I have
right.
one. I don't get to use it often, so you know.
Yeah,
tonight
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna
And
use it
how
for the month.
sweet does it feel to sit around drinking, dressed?
I do
to
feel
the nines?
pretty
Don't you
like
feel?
I feel a little powerful. Not gonna lie.
I love it.
You got your Trump on.
wait,
Like we should be
line.
crushing
It's
some
actually-
poor farmer out in the
Wait,
Midwest.
No, it's a great. It's a great
That's power.
Squeezing the blood from his yams.
From Into the Wild, and there was a scene from Into the Wild. He's on top of the mountain. It's like swirling all around him. Eddie Vedder's singing in the background, and the lines are, "It's at some point in your life, it's better to it's great to actually feel powerful. It doesn't matter if you actually are powerful, but the fact you can feel powerful. They're not saying like a suit's making me feel powerful.
Well, that's so, but you know.
But like,
the suit
there's
makes
like
the man.
7 suits here right now, so we're at 4s. So
What a bunch of shallow fucks.
I feel like if we were all walking together, we could probably get into almost anything.
Oh, me
like
and
this.
Dan
Right.
looked great stopping at the liquor store. You
we got
kidding me?
so many compliments we walked in.
It was
I guess because
awesome.
they both go to that liquor store. a
Yeah,
lot.
we every
yeah,
the
yeah.
girl behind the counter was like, "Damn, you guys look so
Sometimes-
good tonight." I was
Sometimes
like,
it is about context.
Yeah. And Ryan puts
Were
his
you guys
Coors
holding
Light down.
hands?
And
Oh,
says, yeah,
and
feel
dude,
great.
I found the shortest, most complimentary shorts in my boudoir just for the occasion. You know, they're complimentary. Let's just say, you know, you can see my calf
The
muscle.
real ball cuppers.
Yeah, right. That real ball
Oh,
grippers.
your mind is just in the getter. You know, getter. I meant to say getter.
You
God.
just spread your legs in front of me. That's all I could see was balls.
It was classy though. They're Dockers. You can't
Dude,
get mad
the
at Dockers.
vest does not fucking negate the balls.
It doesn't
okay?
negate your best
It's
doesn't negate
supposed
your
to
balls.
accent the balls, not negate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It
This is a package deal.
put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
And your
My
neck
eyes.
is like right
Yes,
over
it's
it.
yeah. See, that is supposed to negate the balls.
The Canadian maple leaf.
The Canadian maple leaf. The gilded Canadian maple leaf.
I feel like we need a pad to start writing stuff down.
Mike, I actually did the same thing my first time.
It's the internet. Nothing
I
ever goes
actually
away,
got
dude.
Luckily,
Yeah.
this is all airing out there into the world live right now. People are out there right
And it can
now.
be watched tomorrow.
Much to my
Yeah.
dismay.
Ben Franklin's great
It
grandchildren
was great.
Unfortunately, there's
Let's
no
see.
way I'll ever live
The
there.
something cast. It's
I
like
said
a
what?
meeting. It's like a meeting of the Illuminati and Tony.
I'm president of all Illuminati meetings, by the way. This is the way I dress for that as well.
Who said that?
something cast.
The something cast. That fucking so great.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
So great. On point already. Ryan, I just wanted to tell you something real quick. Not everybody here is a fan, so I don't want to harp on it too much. But just so you know, you're gonna love this when I tell you.
It's
You're
so
not even
good.
gonna believe it when I tell you.
I didn't believe it when I read it. I thought it was.
He's ready to his pants.
John Jones was just stripped of his title again because he tested positive.
Oh
for steroids.
no! You're that's a shocker. I don't believe it.
And guess who's
I
champion?
want a retest.
Daniel Cormier is
baby. Of
champion,
course he
dude.
is. You can't like. Oh,
Fucking
dude.
amazing, dude.
I knew he was gonna, especially after that big crying speech at the end where
Oh,
you
right.
and that's what sucks too. That really does, because that fight, I really liked it because of that. At the moment, it was like the first time you ever seen Bone Jones stand there and give somebody respect,
Yeah, right,
and
sure.
show
Yeah,
some
he's
a
just
sense
a
of
dick.
decency and all that, and it was just to try and get the drug testers off his ass.
It was just,
You know?
it was just the estrogen kicking in.
Yeah, exactly.
The pendulum swung the other way.
Exactly.
in the
Good
fight.
Lord.
His balls are like, we've been big long enough.
Yeah,
for
now
this
we're
season.
sink.
Yeah, now we're shrinking
But you know,
down.
it sucks too for Cormier, because you know he robbed him. He robbed him of the opportunity to be able to beat him fair and square. He's
Totally
cheated.
right.
Every time he's ever fought
Cheated.
Cormier, he cheated.
What does that say about him?
Yeah,
fighting Cormier?
exactly.
He's scared of Cormier.
He's scared of him. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, but I feel bad though, because nobody wants to be the champ like that. That's the second time it's happened in DC.
I know.
We had to first time he had to fight somebody else because Bones failed before
Yeah,
the fight.
he fought an
Now
over-the-hill
he-
Anderson
yeah,
Silva.
and he fought an over-the-hill Silva
All
and
respect
maintained.
Anderson
And hey,
Silva.
yeah, absolutely, dude, he's still the champ. Cormier's still the champ. But now you go through all this fucking shit, and you go through the fight, and you know, it goes down how it goes down, and now. Once again, you're the champ again, but every fucking John Jones fan out there is gonna be like, "Oh, but he's not really the champ."
I wonder if they're gonna make him give the money back.
I don't know, man. Who
It
knows?
has to happen.
I mean, good for Cormier, but I feel bad for him. 'cause
I do
you know,
too.
he doesn't want that. You know, like he
No.
was in
Cormier's
tears at the end of that
legacy
fight.
lies in whether or not he can beat John Jones, and now I don't think it matters.
Now it doesn't matter. No, now it doesn't
matter.
matter. That guy had as many
Yeah.
chances as he could to come
Right.
and take it from him
Right.
legally, and he fucking fought dirty every time.
So, moving on, something happened recently in the world of music that I thought was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. All right? And it comes from people I'm not even particularly all that interested in, but together, it's amazing, right? Did you guys see?
We Are the World again?
No.
Drake finally did a track with Peeps.
Did you see Rick Astley?
Oh, I heard. Yeah.
Dude, Never Gonna Give You Up with the Foo Fighters.
Foo
No,
Fighters.
but that sounds.
Wait, dude, Rick Astley.
Was it like a Rick bomb in the
Never
middle
gonna
of
give you
No, I know the song, but
Yeah.
did he pop up in the middle of the song from the fucking stage floor as a Rick bomb?
Here's what
Full
happened.
thing. Full thing.
Yeah, they did the full song, and they did it like Foo Fighters did it like tuned down too, like they're like, you know what I mean, and it was funny because Dave Grohl goes, I literally just met this guy for the first time backstage 10 minutes ago, and now this is happening, and the drummer is just smiling the entire time like he can't stop, and they just break into like this heavy metal version of Never Gonna Give You Up, and Rick Astley grabs the microphone and goes, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, right? And I was like, dude, this is the most amazing time human beings have ever been alive.
He sounded good too. I thought he
That's
sounded
what,
good.
good for
He
him.
was
man.
dead on,
Good for
dude.
him.
Rick Astley was so good in that performance, it was like it was a recording.
Dude,
So good.
Dude, he's been gearing up for that moment for the last 25 years. Every day in the mirror, he wakes up and goes up, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Every morning he wakes up and just starts screaming that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
He's been sitting by the phone waiting on Dave
Exactly.
Grohl for 35 years.
Dave Grohl's like,
Today's gonna be the day.
I will wear.
I
This
know.
head will bear the crown once again. This head will bear the crown once again.
Every time the phone rings, what's up, motherfucker? It's not you, Dave. Okay,
It's
sorry.
sorry.
No, I don't
Mom.
want
Oh, I'm sorry, yo. Sorry, Mom.
Jesus Christ, Grandma, I'm expecting a call.
The guy is printing shirts and hats.
He's just using puff paint.
Puff paint.
Everyone is unique.
and he's bedazzling.
I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's a hypercolor shirt, changes colors in the sun.
Is that Rick Astley in the parking lot selling his own puff color paint? Next to the torches, man.
Look, man.
From the trunk of his '85 fucking Mustang.
If you buy a puff paint shirt from Rick Astley, like it's gotta be worth a lot of money immediately.
From Rick Astley.
You can get one for free
About
shipping
Rick
for
Astley. Hey, buy Rick
$15.95. It comes with an accentuator as well.
An accentuator.
Accommodator.
I like, wait,
No,
the
no.
accentuator is another piece to the accommodator.
accentuator.
The accentuator
You don't need an accentuator.
is the buzzer you wear on your nose. You know, it's a full fucking facial fucking
I was gonna
service.
say it's Ryan's shorts.
The bean puncher.
Wait, no, I'm not even going. No, I'm not talking anymore.
He's like, I'm not even going in Brian in the Ryan shirt. I'm not even going to Ryan.
Yeah.
I quit.
He tapped out.
No more accommodator jokes for me. Because I got a lot of thoughts for the next one. We don't need to go there.
Well, once upon a time, we were. The show was sponsored by the Auto Blow 2. So now, thanks to you.
That's why there used to just be an auto blow too, like on. We would forget it was there because we were used to it, and then
Yeah.
like family would come over and there's
Yeah,
just,
there's just
a
this big
big
blowjob
Oh,
suction
sorry,
machine
Mom.
on
There was
Just
a
on the
show
bar.
last
Dude, I think
night.
it was on the
Wait,
bar
I had
during
no idea that
Thanksgiving
this was
dinner.
a
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
like
yeah.
family Thanksgiving dinner here, and his blowjob machine is just sitting on the bar, and we're like, it's one of our sponsors. So we have.
I would have been like, no.
So we gotta cut the
this is
turkey
after
with
dessert.
that
That's how he
We're
stuffed
gonna
it.
whip the taters.
What's
I
really?
don't know about you guys, but I prefer my potatoes chewed and sucked. I mean, you can take that fucking master and throw it out the goddamn window.
It's a new day around this holler, Mom.
It works for the infants. It works for me. Infant birds,
Wow.
maybe.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, my head just took a left turn.
This is definitely a season
Even
finale.
Sarah's turning red over there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about before, but that took a different turn.
Escalated quick.
I don't know. I don't know where the fuck we are now.
Oh, me neither.
But you know Rick Astley.
Yeah, that's good shit.
You motherfucker.
Can I just say though, honestly, about the whole situation, how great it is of a time we live in? Because the only reason that moment is important is because it made it to the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you were at one show, it was an off show and it happened, it would
Right, yeah.
be a story that maybe traveled, right?
Well, yeah.
But it would have never have happened though if it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like,
Yeah.
if you killed Hitler's grandmother, would his grandfather be upset?
I don't know if a tree falls in the what?
I'm just saying, there's a paradigm there. It wouldn't have existed without the internet in the first place.
Right.
Also,
exactly.
too, would anybody care if it wasn't the Foo Fighters? Because I feel like the
Right.
Foo Fighters
Well, it was
have
Metallica.
carte blanche to do whatever
Right,
they
yeah,
want.
they
They
love
do.
their
Like,
covers
they'd
and
be
stuff.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get a Rick
It'd be
Astley
cool
on
if
this.
it
and
was
They
everyone-
knew that they were gonna get them. They knew that it was gonna happen.
Myself and everyone else in the Rick Astley fan club would care very much.
Yes.
So.
As a card-carrying member, I've been petitioning this day for quite some time.
I was waiting
But
on that.
she's got a point, man. She says if it were Guar, it would have been better. But but as far as I'm concerned, anybody who would have done a
It's
heavy
just like
version
soaked
with
in
Rick.
blood and.
Oh, that would have been great.
You
Yeah.
should just join Guar after this.
Agreed.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, right. They're looking for a singer.
They need a front man. Rick Astley.
Dude, could you imagine that? Like,
Could you
it's a
imagine Rick
complete
Astley
turn.
fans and Guar fans?
Hey, we know he's
merging?
got pipes, you know. I mean, dude can sing.
I think that we're on something. We got to get to their publicists or their A&R
We have to
people.
start an online petition.
Dude.
Stacked.
They
What are
got to
the
get in
chances?
Guar camp immediately.
What are the chances I can get Rick
Dude,
Astley?
you could
on
get
this
some.
show?
You could get some legs under them wheels.
They will run.
Some legs under the wheels to break legs.
To slow the machine right down.
Yes.
But still, man, I mean, it's just amazing because I think our access to media, which is so unbelievably important, creates these moments like this that are so fucking epic, dude. You know what I mean? Like that idea of that. Like imagine.
Yeah, it's a great shade-off for. Well, I'm sure there's a multitude of things that are just terrible that the internet has brought to us.
Everything.
Exactly.
But so what? We rake through that shit and we find the good
Most
shit
people
underneath.
don't.
You know what I mean? Like,
Most people sit around
In the shit.
and grow angry on it, and then hate their neighbors.
dude, people get angry about all kinds of shit for no fucking reason. On the
No,
internet.
for the internet these days, mostly.
What do you mean?
Because in the past, you used to have to take time and be educated, or you would come to your conclusions not based on some 5-second thing you just fucking saw on the internet.
Yeah.
Or that was served up to you like a low-hanging fruit that the mass media's planning to put you in a fucking diabetic coma over.
You used to have to wait till 5 o'clock to catch the news.
Exactly. And then it was, shut up! I'm gonna watch a fucking TV.
Yeah.
Now you can get dumber.
Yeah.
24
You
hours a
get
day.
covered by the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not the internet's fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
Bullets don't kill.
Tony likes some of the internet,
Okay.
definitely.
Oh yeah. My right hand's like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker! Shut up!
The
Really,
problem
Tony?
with, like,
Really?
I totally missed
But yeah, I've been a fan of porn long before the internet.
We're saying it Tony's hand because he jerks off with it on his penis.
I get it.
Disagrees with his
Disagrees
stance
with
on
my brain.
with how he feels about the internet.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah.
That is-
I don't know.
This is American Ryan language.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, fuck me. That's good.
No, but what I was going to say is the problem with news now, it's not getting the story right, it's who gets it out first.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's a big thing, and
that's
all
just
over
fucking
too.
ridiculous.
All
Yeah.
over. It's not just like politically or anything
no,
like
there's
that.
no-
Every form, everything, like same thing.
There's no
Like,
editorial integrity.
athletes, people getting traded, whatever. It's about getting the news, whether it's true or not, out first. You can always say, "Oh, my bad, I fucked up." You know what I
People
mean?
are over it by then.
Yeah, people are already over it because they've moved on to the next piece, you know. But like, that's what sucks about it is journalists don't have to have integrity. You can just put something out there and it'll get buried in 5 minutes anyway, and no one will
The
care.
best book about it is Amy Goodman's book, The Exception to the Rulers. And it's just her talking about how much, like, because she is a real journalist and really tries to uncover shit that's going on that other people around the world don't talk about. And it just talks about how many times she's been stopped, even by places like PBS that, like, won't air real stories.
Of course not.
And when you get to the end of the book, you're like, holy shit, like, there's nothing that you can try. Like, everything is garbage.
Yeah, right.
But it's a really great book.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Amy Goodman.
She's the,
From
the
Democracy
host
Now!
of Democracy Now!
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about that we started to talk about before. Everybody started all these great conversations before the cameras went live, and I was like, "No, hold it! I don't want to talk about this yet."
Everybody shut up.
But
And then
one
it
of the
got
things,
derailed by Rick Astley and testicles.
As you will around here on Tuesday nights.
every Tuesday, Rick Astley and his testicles.
Testicle Tuesdays.
Testicle Tuesday.
Welcome to Awesome Talk.
So, before the show started, we were talking about Run the Jewels. I'll let all I'm a little
I'm a little clamped. I'm a little clamped here.
Talk,
Oh, shit.
go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh my god.
A pea is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
I feel like Awesome Talk, aka Testicle Tuesday, season.
That's gonna be our side project.
Right. Yeah,
It's gonna be Testicle Tuesday. And no one's even gonna know, man, because the testicle shots are gonna be so close up.
Oh, they'll get to know after a while. Whose
wanna
balls are whose balls.
You want to make sure you get close-ups on those ridges and wrinkles.
Oh wait.
Hey,
All right.
are you going to talk about that porn where the type of porn where the
Oh
guy's
my
wife,
God.
where the guy's wife is
Exactly what he
blindfolded?
was gonna talk about.
Where the guy's wife is blindfolded and some stranger comes in and she doesn't know it's not her husband's cock? Because I don't buy into that at all. If that's what you were going to say,
no,
I'll
no.
stop right now.
I mean,
okay.
what I wanted to say is a real
That's
story. So, I got pranked yesterday. I got pranked on the internet.
Did you get fucked?
Basically, so my good friend Mike Lovett, he might be listening tonight. I don't know. He lives in Chicago now, but he used to live out here. But he sent me a Facebook Messenger message, and it was like, "Dude, check out this Eclipse video. It's amazing."
Oh.
And I hit it, and I'm
I
watching
know
it,
exactly
and I'm
what
watching
you're
it,
doing.
and I'm watching it, and then these balls just move.
Ball
right
sack,
in front of me.
ball
No. That's all I said to him. Like, you jerk. I did not need that. Yeah.
And I'll tell you
I
what.
didn't need
I
that
thought
on
that was-
Testicle Tuesday of
I
all
don't
days.
know.
Yeah. There's no such thing as
know-
Testicle Monday.
Yeah,
I'm not the
Doesn't he
only
know
one that got
testicles
that
are for
pranked
tomorrow?
today. And you guys all saw that and got pranked too, I guess.
yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I can pull it up if you want.
Tony made. That's what Tony made, dude.
Oh, that's what Tony's
I
fault.
put it out
He's
there.
making so much money off those fucking balls,
no.
man.
He has
Tony-
testicles.
Tony's there. You see the balls. You see Tony walking by. I was bored on a day like this.
That was just me stretching out my shorts before.
Hey, that's my balls on my mama's chin.
Real quick for our guest so he understands the context. Right, we've told this story a million times on the show, but before Hurricane Sandy on News 12.
It was actually. Go ahead.
Was it Hurricane Sandy?
Yeah, it was Hurricane Sandy.
Okay. There was this like you know how during hurricanes like Weather Channels do like the on-site reporting, so they're in the wind, they're like, "Hi Tom, I'm here in the book." Right? So this guy was on the beach, and so he's like reporting on the hurricane, and this car pulls up behind him and parks, right? And this is in the news. Like, I'm watching the news. I don't know him yet, right? And I'm watching TV, and he's like, "Somebody's out here," and like, this guy goes walking up to the
But
microphone.
wait,
He goes,
you always leave out the best part.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
best part is that Tony's walking against the wind.
"Yeah, right."
Like, and the wind's like pushing him. Like,
Yeah, right.
That's my favorite part of the video.
So this guy turns to him and he goes, "Sir, do you know that you're out here during a hurricane?" And the guy grabs the microphone and he goes, "I was born on a night like this. This is nothing but milk from my mama's tits." and he like marches away into the
That man was
beach,
him.
right?
Into the ocean.
So I go to see like my sister as soon as I can after that whole thing happened, right? And she's like, "Did you see it?" And I went, "What?" She goes, "The guy on News 12 who was screaming about his mother's milk and the tits." And I went, "Yeah." So we like quoted this guy for like weeks, right? So he like comes on the show as a guest. He's been a guest for a few weeks, and all of a
I
sudden,
was much heavier at the time. Long hair.
yeah, he had long hair, you know what I mean? And then he like joins the show, and he's like on the show for like 6 episodes. And he sends me a video and he goes, "Hey, you ever seen this before?" And he sends me the fucking video on News 12, and I was like, "Holy shit! You're the dude from the Hurricane
You're the
Sandy
fucking guy from the
full
Hurricane."
circle."
Okay, my mother's dying. Okay, my mother's literally dying in an opium coma. Hasn't said a word for like a half a week, and my aunts, we start talking about that video. All of a sudden, my mother went, Anthony, come here. Like literally, we're in the room discussing the video, and I'm going, "Ain't nothing but milk from my mama's titties." She goes, Anthony, come here. Literally, we all started like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you once.
What did you say on the news?
Oh, she loved it. She loved it.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, it's hysterical.
I was
It's
getting
so
free Taco
funny.
Bell over that shit.
All right, well,
I did.
I have a story that's the complete opposite of that.
Okay.
Here we
It
go.
was a beautiful day.
Yeah. So people I bet are going to be helped and happy.
The birds are buzzing, the bees are being.
Like they could
I
make,
was
they could make a
big,
remix
killed
out of
someone
what
else.
you said. Like you could have been all over the place. Like so, a week after
That's
the
what you
storm
do.
hit, I'm walking my dog. I'm off because I was sick that day. And
Okay.
like, on Cookman Ave, and I see the News 12 van, right?
Mhm.
So they're in the gelato place, and they go, wait. They see me because they come running out, and they go, excuse me, sir, can we talk to you about the storm or whatever? And I said, yeah, sure, what's going on? They're like, so how do you feel about, about what happened with everything? And I go, I totally clam up. And I'm just like, yeah, the ocean, and I go to the beach, and storm that way, and then rain. And like, and they go, and the lady's going like,
Get to the mama's milk titties part.
she's like, you heard it here, folks. Whatever he said. And then I'm like, okay. They're like, okay, you mind if we air this? No problem. Go ahead. And then I'm walking around the block, and I'm thinking of literally anything else. And I'm like, it's just the worst feeling, because I'm like, I could have said anything that was better
That was my
than
moment to shine.
I saw them, so
wearing my
I knew what was
accelerator.
coming, and the first thing that came to my mind was to tell them my little mini Pomeranian got lost in the wind and start freaking out. But I have a lot of dog lover friends. I turned to my son. I said, "Look, should I go with the poet or with the wrestler?" Because I was going to quote Robert Frost or make him some howling wind sort of quote. But originally, the original thought was to tell them that my little dog had flown away in the wind. And I was looking for my dog. I didn't have time for them. Okay,
Oh
that
my
would
God.
have been
Think
brilliant.
of the
running
amazing
away.
callback. And when they interviewed him the next week, he was like, I just found this dog.
I don't know. I'm walking up the beach.
I don't know where it came from.
I catch him in the middle of my interview.
Yeah.
It's my most prized possession.
What the fuck?
This dog smells like someone's mother's titty milk.
But one of my favorite parts about that clip with Tony is like, okay, the guy's there's like, hey sir, do you know you're outside? And then once Tony says like, I was born like this, and you see the guy's expression immediately change.
He's like, oh shit.
and he
I'm
goes, no,
I'm gonna get drunk.
No, dude, the guy did not want to be there. He did not want to interview people. But they said, if you see anyone, you have to interview them. And then immediately when Tony started talking, he's like, and this is why I don't want to fucking interview you.
That was the other option, to start telling the guy, you know how much money I get paid to sit home and work, and you're out here in the rain, and you're fucking asking me what I'm doing out here, motherfucker? You know?
You're all angry at him.
That's when the
No,
guy.
on the way back out, because really what it was, I was taking my son out because he never experienced a hurricane before, and so and this guy, you can see my son in the back of the
Tony's
in the
gonna
pocket
leave
and
him
walk
alone on
away.
that
Tony pushes him on a rowboat. And
Dad's
he's like,
talking
here,
about-
go figure it
Oh,
out.
don't forget your banana.
Sends him on a
Pace
fishing
yourself.
quest.
He gives him a volleyball with a face on it.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Dad's
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
grandma's
It's
titties
Tony's
again.
Oh shit.
You know that fucking guy from the news went back to that van just like, I gotta make some real changes in my life.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Standing out here in a hurricane talking.
No, that guy was an idiot. That guy had no thoughts in his head, because here's what happened. As we're pulling up, he takes a stop sign and he flings it like a Chinese shooting star in the storm, and it goes flying across the fucking mini golf course like at 1,025 miles an hour, bam, into the fucking wall and crumples. I'm like, this guy could decapitate somebody. Wants to know if I know where I'm at. Like, the guy had nothing going on in
Breaking
his
news,
head.
someone's just been decapitated by a stop sign.
When there is no news, you create the news.
Tony picks up the microphone off the ground like,
Welcome back.
welcome back.
Yo, it's a hurricane out here.
You guys are being drenched in milk from my mama's titties.
So, open up, turkeys, open up.
So, all right.
Yeah, that's
Next.
So what's next on our Cosmo Top 10
So
list?
anyway,
One of the things that we were talking about before the show is we started talking about Run the Jewels and how they keep music videos relevant.
Yeah.
And I really, really loved that topic because for a lot of people feel like music videos are dead or useless and all this shit. And I'm like, how can anybody fucking say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, Taylor Swift's got a video with over 1 billion fucking views. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
but
super
here's the
important.
thing.
It's Taylor
Most
Swift.
people use YouTube to listen to music too, so it's hard to gauge how many of those are people watching.
Oh yeah,
how
no,
many
I
are
hear
people
way
Yeah,
more than I
and
watch
just
on
listening,
YouTube.
yeah.
It just runs in the
A lot of
background.
times music gets put up with just a picture in the background of the lyric video.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And now certain bands will just upload their albums straight to YouTube and on like a playlist, and they'll have it on
Yeah,
their
right.
official page.
Sure. But somebody like Run the Jewels, man, they turn their fucking music videos into art.
Well, I love the one for Count to fucking what is it? Count to. What was that? No,
Just pick a number.
7.
the first track they did was Zach De La Rocha, where it was
Close
the
your eyes
black
and
guy.
count to-
Close your eyes and count to fuck.
Count
Yeah,
to fuck.
That's what it was, yeah.
but yeah, and it's
That's
just
not a number.
it's the black guy and the
I
cop.
like the
Wait a-
concept though.
beating-
Wait a
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
1,
the-
2, 3.
The
Hold
black
on.
guy and the
2,
cop
3,
just beating
11
each other
teen.
senseless to like in real time
Yeah,
to
right.
the music.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like into each other, and then they wind up like laying in bed. You know, like
Yeah.
I thought that video, I was like, well, that's probably the most interesting. Like, cause a lot of other of the Run the Jewel stuff too is just really cool videos. It's just like graffiti. I mean, it just showcases their lyrics and their skills. But that one I thought was so like out of left field. I didn't,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that is the first really interesting video I've seen in a while. You know what I mean?
But they seem to really care about the importance of the visual as part of the experience, right? And that's what I.
Right.
Have you guys?
Well, that's like Dion's word. Yeah, I mean it's.
Or
yeah,
Tool.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Tool live? Like, I saw Tool from the farthest seats possible, and I was glad it was from the farthest seats possible
Oh,
because
you get the whole
you
light
could see
show.
the whole light show
Yeah.
on stage. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't need to like jockey for position for Tool. You could be in the middle. You could be on
You
the
could
side.
be
You could be wherever. and
anywhere in the
it'll be
goddamn
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
for
You're
Tool,
talking right
and
now,
you're
like,
gonna have
you
a-
guys see the movie Sing Street yet?
No.
I think it's a Netflix. No one in here. Oh my!
No.
All right, go watch. Everyone go watch
Okay,
it.
cool.
Alright.
It's like based in the early '80s.
Wait, what's it called again?
Sing Street. Early '80s. The kid goes to prep school in Ireland
Can someone grab me a
and
beer?
decides
Any beer?
to start a punk
don't
band.
mind.
Not a punk band, but like he calls it a futurist
Yeah,
band. So he's like
futurist band.
influenced by bands like
Right.
Aha and stuff like that.
Yep.
But his older
Wow.
brother is
any
teaching him
records?
all this stuff about
Guinness,
music, showing him
Mankind?
records. He's like, all right, you're at a phase in your life right now where you should be listening to this. And he puts on like The Cure or something like that. He's like, you seem to be happy sad. Like you're really sad, but you're happy. And so like the older brother is just like coaching this kid. But the movie starts out, the first scene is that they're watching early 80s music videos, and the brother's he's like, no, this is the complete encapsulation of the music as the art form and the video as the art form. Dad, you're fucking
Thank you very
wrong.
much, sir.
The Beatles are relevant now because they don't need to play live. The art is the video, and you literally just sounded like the older brother. So go watch Sing Street. I've seen it like 6 times. It just came out like 8 months ago or something like that.
Cool.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Check that out.
Early 80s Ireland punk band,
Nice.
high school.
There's
falls in
something
love.
really interesting. What were you gonna say?
I was just. It's interesting that bands put. Well, I guess you have to have the money to make a video because like on this days like
Right.
there's so many live, like just bootleg live footage from like iPhones and
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
on a YouTube page. But like that one that we talked that's on the DJ Shadow album that we were
Right.
playing
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Like that's a big budget video. You
Huge.
know what I mean? Like that's a lot of money that they throw in there. It's awesome when you watch it, but it's kind of like, is this gonna
Is it gonna
like
pay
do
off?
anything or like is it not?
Right.
Well, yeah, it's
Right.
basically and that I think that's what I like about Run the Jewels just in general. Every album that they come out with is a free download, and they make their money on their tours. They give the shit away.
Sure.
They do not ask for $1.
but
Here's the
but
music.
certainly-
Listen to it. If you feel it, come see us. and
Certainly,
buy
they're
our
making
shit,
a few
you know?
bucks
Like-
back off of millions of YouTube hits.
Yeah, oh no,
the guys are doing okay.
and deservedly
Yeah, they're
so.
doing-
I mean,
they're
but you
doing-
can't
sure.
fluke that. You have to have the real shit. You
But
gotta
back
have
in-
something people want to
Back
hear.
in
you know?
the 20s and 30s and stuff, that was the business model. You recorded, and that was how you advertised your show for when you came into town.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no one owned your records, really. Like
Right.
you could not. A lot
Well,
of
people didn't have record
Right,
players.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
But that's
you
where
would
that's
record
where
and
the
not
dirty-
expect to get a
people were
dime
worried
off
about-
your recording.
But that's where the dirty
People were
deal
worried about
came
growing
in,
potatoes
yeah.
in the 30s.
And
They
well,
really didn't
right.
care for
Yeah,
electronics.
right, right.
Well,
It
no,
was
but
just
that's
drawing
where
you a
the
live
dirty deal came in. You like back in the day, you could go somewhere and record it, like press a wax record, record something in a booth, whatever you do with it is up to you. And then when people started opening studios, they would hear something that they knew would do well, and somebody says, "Oh, you don't have any money?
Breaking
Well,
those glasses.
I'll foot the bill for the recording, and then I own you. And now, well, you're going to do what I say, and we're going to make a bunch of money." And they wind up broke in the end anyway. Still, you know what I mean? Because they owe everything that they got,
Right.
and that's
And I'll tell you what, man, this is a different world, dude. So we've
So
got a lot
it's
of musicians
cyclical. I
that
mean,
are-
it's the same cycle going over and over again, but in this version, the artists break the chains and they can control their own shit more
For now.
readily. For now. And that's the next thing. Like, so when does
now.
net neutrality become such an issue that they take the power back from you?
Right.
And you can't do that anymore.
Right. Then
You know
what?
what I mean? Then when does copyright law get changed? And now
And
you
by the
have
way,
to have a, we were
I
talking
totally
about that
agree.
earlier.
I totally agree with what you're saying about net neutrality too, because I feel because it's only a matter of time. before
Yeah,
they
they're gonna
take-
lock everything
before they
down,
lock
yeah.
everything down, right?
I think
and they're
they
going to
already have
use.
it, honestly.
Oh, I mean, well, they
Can I
can,
click
but
you
they
on that?
can't
Yeah,
legally.
I agree.
Well, there's
The
guys like
United
Al
States
Franken
has,
who
like,
are
some of
still
the
screaming
slowest
about it
internet
and stuff like
speeds.
that. But once those dudes stop, there's nobody else coming
there
up
are
in the
rabbit
ranks.
holes that I've talked about in the past, like, and people are like, oh, well, they're just being crazy again with this conspiracies and blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Like, not that I'm really into that anymore, but, like, I can't
That was
find
last
those,
week.
I can't find those rabbit holes anymore. They're gone. Like, I can't go
Yeah,
back.
I know what you mean.
Well,
Like,
that's
my-
still rabbit holes.
But no, but
You know,
even like taking it a step further, and these stories might not even be true. Like back when I ran my blog, I had a couple blog cohorts, like friends that in
Sure.
blog world we were good. One died, and the other one got arrested for being some like Grandmaster Illuminati guy in human trafficking. And I was like, whoa,
shit.
holy
Oh, time for me to go back to playing guitar.
But that's
Clear
when I-
browser history.
no, literally, that's when I actually said, because it all happened within a month. And like I already pulled back from it. I was like, I'm gonna get over this. I need to like do better things.
I'd be
And
sitting
I
on
went
my
back,
front lawn
like,
waving an
man,
American
like-
flag, just like, hi, what's happening?
Well,
Oh, I love
well,
this.
Want to buy a sparkler?
Well, 3 months later, I went back to the one guy's blog and I couldn't find it. I'm like, what the fuck happened to this guy? And like, I had to like
What the
Google.
fucking deal?
I actually went. I was like, what the fuck happened? His name was Zen Gardner, ZenGardner.com, and
They
he
killed
was
him.
gone. And
Oh,
then
these are human trafficking.
that
They
he was
probably
arrested.
relocated him somewhere
Dead,
even more
dead,
effective.
so dead.
Right. Well, one died. My favorite blogger died, and the other one got arrested. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm out. Done. I'm not even into it anymore either.
Writing on the wall.
Writing on the wall. That doesn't exist anymore, as far as I know.
It's just, you know, I mean, there's just so much information out there, and just because, like, you know, the ones that you have more about, you could choose to follow up with and everything, and just because you can't prove it doesn't mean it, but it's like, how much effort is it worth putting, how much of your life
What's
is it worth?
crazy about the one that got
you know?
arrested, about that guy, is he lived in Queens. Like, we had meetings lined
Oh,
up. Like,
shit.
we were, like,
Wow.
in a team up, and...
Oh, so he was like local.
Yeah, he was local.
Oh, wow.
The other guy was from Hawaii, and the other guy was from
Here,
Japan.
can I say something to you?
24 shit.
Dude, all of a sudden,
Right.
tomorrow Davis is not going to do it.
Yeah.
We've been
Oh,
looking
wait.
for 13 months, 3 days and 2 hours.
They're
Son,
gonna be
come
like,
with us.
you couldn't-
I'm
you just
glad
couldn't
I
let
look
it
good
go,
for
huh?
tonight's episode. That might be my last.
The face recognition software won't
You
do
had
that.
to. Like the second you said Zen, whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Second you just said it. Like, we just got
Any more
pinged by the
viewers now?
CIA.
Exactly.
We got one more person.
Sales of Catcher and Rogers went up 2,000%.
Dan knew he was going to say this, and he's already has for court.
Yes,
So he sells out, and Mom, bring me my best tie. You know I got court Tuesday.
But dude, but I'll tell you what, man. You know what's really fucked up too is that a lot of people who get, dude, I'm gonna get so much hate for this shit.
You already got a lot of hate. Don't worry about it.
But it's true. When people go after like guys like Alex Jones, I agree with them completely to go after him because he's out of his mind.
Right.
But I always add an addendum, which is like, yo, 10 years ago, he did say a lot of this shit was going to happen, and it did happen. And 10 years before that,
Oh, yeah,
he was
absolutely.
a great journalist.
Listen, man,
So
the
there's
truth will
something
drive
to
you
be
insane,
said.
dude, and that's what happened with him, and he said it all along.
I totally...
I'm not laughing about this shit. I'm laughing because I got nothing else to do.
The truth will drive you insane.
It will, dude.
That's
That-
why mathematicians kill themselves.
You're totally right.
Yep.
You're totally right. And mathematicians kill
Well,
themselves in alarming
Because
ways.
there's nothing more
That's
true
the
than
numbers.
math.
For another
You run
day,
the
not
numbers,
on
you
here.
wind up
I'll-
at the same
I'll-
place
He's
as
about to
everybody
tell me
else.
they don't really kill themselves; they transcend.
transcend.
To
No.
a
They
higher
transcend to irrational numbers.
They hit.
Oh my
They,
god, that's the greatest thing you've ever said.
Come on, better than that
that actually was pretty good.
Holy
That was good.
shit, dude.
I don't know. I liked milk from Mama's titty too.
I said a lot of decent things. I won't argue with anyone saying that any of them are greatest things.
Can we at least say we're gonna have to formulate a list and vote?
Yeah.
That's the
was
New Year's
great.
show.
We'll have to do a top 20 countdown of shit that came out of his mouth.
There's been a lot of shit that's come out of my mouth.
Here's the thing. It's not just what comes out of Tony's mouth that's important. It's like when he does shit like rips his t-shirt in half and he's just shirtless for the show. Like we were talking. I'm gonna make. By the way, we're making something.
I know, dude. Look, all I'm saying is I'm not going back to watch that show because in my mind, romantically, it's a beautiful moment. But that's me. That's me. You can own your moment any way you want. That's why I can trouble people. 'Cause
I
they think that-
understand, and I agree. With
So
you.
go ahead and make.
It's just a great moment.
I appreciate you telling me that because I'm prepared for it.
Okay. All right.
But I obviously wasn't. It wasn't like I was being some drunken asshole. I was being drunk and gloriously drunk. You know.
So there was a moment on the show where he drank more than any human.
I never get drunk, dude. I've been
And he
drunk like
doesn't-
this
he
many
doesn't ever
times in
get
my
drunk.
life. Okay.
Yeah. And he stood there and something happened and he grabbed his
Well, it was
t-shirt.
during elections.
And when I tell you he ripped it in half,
He gets
I mean,
really
it was
energetic about
gone.
Ben Franklin.
Yeah,
Well, Ben
and then-
Franklin's the fucking man.
and
That
then he
guy
started,
knew
like,
how to bang a whore and come back from it. He knew how to lay down a country. He knew how to
Bang a whore and come back from it. I mean, how hard is it?
Well, dude, it could be hard depending on how long you've been banging the whore. You know, I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
No,
Your
back then.
face was really great. When he first started talking about Ben Franklin, you went, and we're just like so interested in what he was saying. That was
He
beautiful.
quoted Ben Franklin angrily that he was like, Ben Franklin, you think Ben Franklin gave a shit about cameras?
But security
Early to bed, early to rise, motherfucker!
it was probably conspire while drunk and act while sober. You know, that's my favorite Ben Franklin quote.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
But anyway, so yeah, there's.
I think more people should rip their shirts at half then. If
Fuck
you get
yeah.
passionate in a
Oh, and I was apparently cohesive. I was apparently coherent.
You did it after like a Ben Franklin rant? Like you just
No, during the Ben Franklin rant,
He's
during
on a Ben Franklin
as far as I know, that's all. All I
That was
remember
the
from
intro.
I only remember one thing from that night, and that's Rick turning to me and going, "Hey, you have pretty nice chest hair." That's all I remember from that. But my daughter was here. She's like, "Dude, that was great." And then I come back
I gotta
next
go back and review the footage on that.
Well, yeah, and it was my favorite shirt of all times. And math is hard.
I'm making
Math
TTs
is
with
hard.
his chest
Yeah,
hair.
math is hard.
I'm like,
And that
oh,
shirt
this
was
is
great.
so warm.
It's awesome.
But apparently it was quite the show. I remember it was Renee Russo was here, right?
Yeah. I can't believe you
Oh
fucking
yeah,
remember that.
Renee. That's
Oh yeah,
right.
no, because I was sitting next to him, and all of a sudden I was next to you, and you're like tough to me, and I'm over here going, yeah. That's what I remember from the night. You know?
But what I like is, I like how Mike said, you know, if it's going to take everybody ripping their shirts off to talk about Ben Franklin, then more people should do it. And it reminds me that Ryan posted on Facebook the other day, he was like, there should be an eclipse 365 days a year because it puts a scientist on every channel on TV.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, drink that one,
And I was
buddy.
like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I was like, this is already paying dividends. I changed the channel. Boom! More science. I love this feeling.
Yeah, but you know what that means? That just means more people are full of shit.
Yeah.
Real scientists aren't.
I
easy
don't
to
know. I
come
mean,
by.
they were just talking about the weather.
No, I'm just saying real scientists aren't easy to come by.
Oh no,
Hey,
yeah.
Fuck me, you guys have no idea, man. We are already ready to go to our first break.
That's because we haven't done one top 10 Cosmo list yet. And I'll take you to that.
I'll find one for you.
No, please don't.
And then we can talk about the accelerator.
I was thinking before. I don't even know
Commentator.
why. I don't even know why you have the computer up there.
Okay.
Ryan.
The accentuator, the accelerator, these are all add-ons to the commentator.
It's all one
So
big.
when
loop.
you've had your face down there for far too long, you need to wrap this shit up. You need the accelerator.
I can't. I'm not. I have all these visual.
You can't even get out a complete half sentence.
I need one.
Okay.
I need it.
All right, so look, we're gonna cut to our first break now.
Listen.
During this break, you're gonna see performances by Ray Beats,
Bullshit.
Sandy Mack. You're gonna see Joe Gallupo. You're gonna see the Art All Night thing. Basically,
This season.
it's a flashback to all the most popular, amazing stuff that happened this fucking
It was a
season,
good
dude.
one. We
It
had
was
a lot of
great
really.
season. A lot of
We
talent
went music
happened.
heavy this
The show is
season.
really starting to bloom.
A lot of good
Dude,
artists.
It's blooming like,
Blooming like bloomers.
yeah. That's how
something like
that's
a
going.
blossom
of
of
yeah.
some
Like
sort.
they always say.
Yes. Like I always say.
Is Wheelwood on this?
Willwood? No, because Willwood didn't show up this season. But
He
he's
was
gonna be
last
here
season.
next
He was the season ended for last. No, he was the season cap for last season.
For last season, right?
Oh, it was the very last of.
That's
oh,
right.
okay, it was the finale
Yes.
last.
That's right.
season. Okay.
So we're gonna cut to our break. Check all that shit out. It's about 25 minutes or so, and then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna continue this fucking crazy conversation. 'Cause I have a whole other fucking topic I want to bring up that Matt Jose just fucking texted to me, so I want to talk about that.
French.
And we'll be back in about 25 minutes. So turn that fucking volume up. Go get yourself
Jose,
another
can you
beer.
see?
And we will be back. This is a great season finale. Everybody stick with us.
Cheers.
Yeah, Rick, I don't even know why you still have your computer in front of you for the show. It's only gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you, Ray Beats.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
There we go. You ready? You ready?
Oh.
Yeah.
dragoons. The daisies and the daffodils are blooming. Everything is blue, less human, more spiritual like a fear of riding bikes. My girlfriend left me, and that ain't right. Grip tight upon the microphone, it makes me feel less alone. And when I hold it to my chest, it works like a stethoscope. Yeah, I'm getting drunk because I'm upset. Blame it on the passing waves of natural disasters, everlasting days. I say swears, not prayers, cause the one I love is simply not there, and I care. Cascades of landscape change, handshake at the thought of caught up drowning in a lake. I'm a concrete brick, I'm high stakes with the lilacs and snakes. If they really cared about you, they would love you when you made mistakes. Face to face with amazing grace, laced in razor blades. Baby blood is in my mouth, you can have a taste, one kiss. Then I vanish like a drunken wish. Bandages don't heal the damage, they only cover it, one kiss. Then I'm under the abyss, I care a lot, but I act like I don't give a fucking shit. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Cold world spiral out of control. Contrast is stark. From a bath of light to a cavern dark. Battlestar vernacular Tabitha's out of character. Acting all promiscuous and shitting on commitments. Truth is in the chitlins. Rubik's Cube of women. Super glue the truth onto a buoy, send it swimming. Lend me a hand, my man. I need a ship of friends. We could drink beers from here to where the river bends. Sick of trends. On a mission to relive again. And when I die, I'll bridge the gap between our middlemen. Get offended. Make amends, bathe naked in a lake. Bake a cake that says, fuck your birthday, stay up late. Play the games until your pay is taken. At least the booze is cheap and all this food to eat. And she's still rude to me, but I'm accustomed to it. I'm not a number, I'm a name with some trust issues. What's this fuse? Touching it, combust. Misuse of the gift that I was given on that short bus. And when the Porsche comes to get me, I'll be chilling with my bling on, performing all my sing songs. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Right, dude.
You could just hit pause on that now.
That was fucking awesome. One more
Thank
time.
you. Thank you, guys.
Dude, yeah, right.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Thank you so much
man.
for being here tonight, man. That was fucking
dope.
brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, man.
What's going on, everybody? This is Matt from Awesome Talk. We are here with Ray Strife from DKFG at Art All Night in Trenton.
Here we go. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful.
How long have you been working with Art All Night?
Not long, like you come here, I come every year. I've done stuff randomly like 2 years ago. And then like a year ago, I think I was just like doing drugs all day and I didn't come.
It's always the best.
This year, great performing. So I'm very thankful. Everyone at Art All Night is awesome. It's all cool. The volunteers really make it go. Challenge fondly. No matter how shallow the pond be, how proud will my moms be? It's the 13th mile stretch, and it's Trenton Swansea. Between beauty and death, the dream absolutely made flesh. She seems to bloop me at best. I fiend for the good that I left, waiting for someone to shoot me to death. Could I really be this dumb? I got her blood on me. Is it enough to make her come?
So, just wanted to get a little insight into DKFG and some Art All Night. How did DKFG come about? Were you guys all just like friends from Trenton? Or
Yeah.
school? Like, what's
It's a bunch of drunk morons, and then we all rap.
That's all.
That's it, really. And then Ray moved here from South Jersey, and Khalil moved here from South Jersey. That's all. There's no real thing at all. Wasn't even trying. I'm a more starter pulled. You'd be hard pressed to find a harder dude. Plus, I got a lot more heart than a lot of you. Yeah, a sincere lust. Get your girls rear and bust. Fuck the fucking upper crust, but what he spits is butter trust. All you fucking motherfuckers gotta always wonder what's making a guy like him tick. What's his wanderlust?
I'm Ray Stife. We got a tour kickoff next week, right? How you doing, Ray? I'm doing good. Thank you, Khalil. Yeah. Make some noise for the Dirty Merlins. Ray Stripes going on tour 23rd. That shit's gonna be fucking dope. Khalil's gonna come with me. Just eat my pizza crust for 2 weeks. We're going to New Orleans. I'm coming to New Orleans. They don't care, Khalil. All right.
Hold up, I gotta take the bus. A rhyme maker plus someone who keeps taking drugs, saying nothing to the fuzz, hanging out with my thugs. You trying to be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I need a couple hugs before I go nuts. Happy New Year's in the facade we trust. I couldn't even be what I was.
What were the musical influences that got you guys to really come together and do this?
I guess it's super different for everybody. Like, me and Khalil are into a lot of punk, and Wade is now too, and like Ray Ray's not really into punk at all. Ray Ray listens to like strictly like top tier Midwest indie rap stuff. So it's real, it's cool because we're all so different, so it meshes together really well, I feel like.
Rappers like to hold the mic wrong. It's going to affect our stage performance to not be able to hold the mic correctly.
Alright guys, well thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. The show, we are fans, and we appreciate you guys coming on the show previously, performing for us. We hope to have you back on again.
Thank you, awesome talk rules. You guys are awesome. Literally, that's the name. So I'm very good with words.
Ray Stripe. Ray Stripe. RaymanStripe.bandcamp.com. I'm Matt. Thank you. We are out.
That's how it's hard for us to come to a nice place and to get up one guy. They steal everything. They forget from Cali, Texas. They
It's Ray Stripe at the business. Emails going down like a mom in my business. Scooper with the quickness. Make her know I can move back 'cause of how big it's business. Now she's like thinking I'm going the distance. She just been thinking, homie, it's only one for instance. Like flipping my spine, changing my mind, slipping the lyrics, thinking right with this in my mind. Spin my style down the country, running from my past. My whole thing's behind me, running as I know where back. Not giving a fuck for the downloadable app, building my comic collection. Good people talk about rap. Every time I enter the room, I feel tension down. Not gonna blow up your spot with names I mentioned, fam. You care what you mention, man. Your girl's going down quickly like American attention span. Shout out Luis. How you doing? Check out the guy you're hearing right now. This is my basement.
I love you for everything.
I fucking love you guys. Whoa, look at that.
Thank you for it.
That was the best time. It was like the best time I ever do. Why the fuck I'm doing it flyer to you? Catch me on an island sipping single seconds with my microphone like it's a hundred like it's later than they're honest. Headed for the song and stay for the factory. Father, naming my baby's mom, she got pregnant. College, never made it, never hated education. Like my life of preparation on these applications. Deprivation of sleep, I'm so desperate. Heaven's sake, when I wake, I may just medicate. This headache with affectionate great beats and bars. The only time I ever feel alone is in my car. Fill her up and cry. Leave her with a cigarette box down 295. So, I better where I came from. If you don't possess any respect, you better get some. How you guys feeling?
Enjoy this life.
Don't make my motor go down.
Thank you for the beer. Gracias por la cerveza gringo americano. I love you, gringo feo. I love you, everybody.
Stop.
That was good. America. That was good. That was good. You got him that mic. That mic right in his last bar there.
I'm sorry I cuffed the mic. I'm sorry.
I always break microphones. How you guys feeling? I got a huge lawyer. You guys all getting fights with your significant others yet? Yeah! Super hot out here? Actually. Fuck that shit! Get a divorce!
Fuck that shit!
Fuck going all night! Not me, that's like you when you... But it's good to be here. Thank you for having us. We're just tired.
But it's got this, tight asshole. And it's also got tight pussy lips, and inside is also ripped, just like a real pussy.
In the past few days, when the flex with the sun rays became apparent, I don't act like a parent. I used to hate this job, now I like it more. I had to ask my girlfriend what she's feeling on my lighter store. Life is born in between the boards and the light is on. Single pint of cruise with the horse of self-righteous. 40s on dead plus 10. I bought a ticket for the hayride and got it to pumpkin. Everyone I know can make the same assumptions. Like a Mexican or Ecuadorian, they call me Melon on the Pesa. Bitches is America. I'm pulling up that I cannot afford to get my hair cut. Where's the love when they cut the power? Pretty sure I see you chilling on my couch at the latest hour. When I woke to take a shower naked, and some people they escorted out the door to cut the paycheck. Like this when Jamaican goes to have sex. With their cigarette out of the ashtray, stay classy. Industrial microwave in the backseat. Doing 60 down division to the rich and wisdom. Sick of bitch and y'all should quit being victims. Nibble with this upon the pickle with those little sticks. Yo, I fumbled that.
1. You are done.
2. Bring the whole room. Peace. With diseases, we made an indigenous species to be the weakest they could be. 4. Use their locked doors. Oxygen is precious. Without it, you will not be around. Yo, alright, here it is. Mac is racist and PC is PC. I ain't watched none of them debates on the TV. I was too busy to give a fuck about your committee. All I need is love and I'ma suck it out the titties. I was too busy to give a fuck. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it could possibly be a robot in this program. Make you think it could be a duck when it's really not. I was too busy to give a fuck. I was too busy to give a fuck.
Al Capone's nose.
Was it now?
Who gives a fuck? I don't. It rhymes though, just enough to get me by.
Hey, yo.
Raised life is not fun, running shotgun with a hobo. You want runs? I got some.
Hot buns in a dope shop.
Raise the dead.
Fuck God, give us praise instead. We exist for if you dare to tread on the edge of imagination while you stay in bed.
You can go through life asleep, or you can raise your head. Raise the dead. Fuck God, give us praise instead.
We exist for if you dare to tread on the edge of imagination while you stay in bed.
You can go through life asleep, or you can raise your head. Thanks guys for DKFG. Ray Beats, Ray Wilson, Khalil Ahmed, Johnny Mercury, Il Omega. Make some noise for Hard All Night and all the volunteers. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
This is about no matter how dark you think it is, you still shine a little, and you still got that spark. So, Swayze.
Darkness on the way. It's dark that proves you shine. when you're alone in the night. It's when you're alone sometimes. We're all alone in the night. The rest is what you make of it. The story's what you take from it. The rest is what you make of it. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, oh, fine. When you're alone, bleeding blood, that's fine. When you're alone, we're all alone sometimes. We're all alone. No, we still shine. Darkness on the way, and it's the dark that proves you shine. Loving in your heart, screaming out you're doing fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Woo! Yes. That was awesome, right, man? That was awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well
Thank you
done,
so
well
much,
done.
Joe. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Well done.
Awesome, man.
It's probably a million times different than every other one I've done that. People are probably going, fuck, those aren't the lyrics, Joe. What the
Are we starting?
Yeah, why not?
My ship came in this evening with everything on board. Sailing in the darkness, but I'm no longer bold. You may not like the way I travel in this party boat. You know it ain't the smoothest ride, but it doesn't always flow. Pass me a lifeboat, but let me go land. It's happening too fast. Sad song playing in my head. Night turns to day. I'll take whatever I can get to. Help me find my way. friendly stranger guides me, and a strange friend keeps me warm. That's just my way of reaching any safe port in this storm. Pass me a lifeboat, let me go last. Now I'm having a blast. It's easy to feel queasy when you're not sure where you're going. No rocking and no rolling, that's the only way of knowing. Can I save myself from finding what I'm too afraid to know? Said I haven't even left yet, 'cause I'm too afraid to go. Pass me a lifeboat, let me go last. Someday this all will pass. That was like a studio fade.
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome.
Give the drummer some. Give the drummer some. That was nice, man. That was perfect.
Just tried to hang in there.
Man, you bad on that cooler lid, brother.
I guess that was easy, right? Which one are you gonna try some? Now everybody takes pictures. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Alright, let's do it.
Where the fuck is Chick at? We got him on here. He's not in
Close
the
the
room.
curtains.
What?
Curtains?
Oh yeah. I thought he was.
No, close the curtains.
Okay.
No, close.
Well, wait. Which camera are we on? Are we on the curtain camera?
Are we
No,
back?
we're on the Rick cam.
Hey, what's up,
Cam.
everybody? Welcome back. Awesome Talk.
Orpheus.
Awesome Talk, Season 8, Episode 12, the season of finale. Welcome back to the show, everybody. What we saw really is we just saw like some highlights of the. I just grabbed the wrong beer. We just saw some highlights from the past season. Hello, welcome back to the show. We just
Hello, Governor.
You sent me a text that said 10 seconds. I was like, why did he send me a text 90 seconds ago? That's like 1 minute.
Because this asshole told me 10 seconds.
All of a sudden, he's the asshole.
Click everybody. Welcome back to the show.
I'm back.
Welcome back to the
Great night. Funny right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat, man. I want to say big ups to our sponsor, Nevermore Designs. If you want to get yourself one of these handsome, awesome talk mugs, go to nevermore-designs.com. Each one of these can hold at least 2 beers, and you can really wallop a motherfucker.
They can be used as
They're Mexican bar fight weight.
Very effective bludgeoning tool.
One shot to the temple with this edge, they're fucked.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. You really don't want to go there unless you get out of the country.
You got yourself a lawsuit and possible conviction on your hands.
But more importantly, Ryan, you have yourself a win.
Yeah, and that's what it all comes down to.
That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, that's a great mentality. That's a real American mentality you got there.
Well,
yeah.
I fly my
What
flag
America
high.
do?
Yes. Well, so
Epic film, guys.
yes.
Suit night!
Epic Film Guys, what's up, dude?
Oh yeah, baby, what's going on?
You see that? I'm glad he mentioned that because we all do look good tonight. Like we look at your tie. Your tie is beautiful. Your ties are beautiful. I can't get enough of this.
My nuts look fantastic. We all know that.
I'm goddamn effulgent. I'm radiant.
Can I have some of your nuts?
Tony's just magnanimous.
Oh, your nuts are so salty in my hand.
Magnanimous XL.
And they're sweet too.
But yes,
salty.
We feel suave tonight. I think we feel good. I think it's fun to drink when you're looking good, right?
We shop, we blinging.
Yeah, right.
Why, when you look bad, or do you not want alcohol?
I still want alcohol, but it's for way more depressing reasons.
Oh, I want alcohol way more when I look bad. Fills the holes in the heart.
Then it leaks right out.
Pickle Nick, I'm Pickle Rick! Okay, so let's do a classic round.
That was a great episode, by the way. Oh,
dude, this season of Rick and Morty has been hands down the best season of Rick and Morty.
That one was
yet.
really good. I watched it the other night at my buddy's house, and I was just like, dude, that was something else.
But I feel like Rick and Morty fans would be a little bit, if there was an episode that they would find less alluring, it would be the Pickle Rick episode because it's so weirdly off the path of the story.
That's
You know what I mean? But it's still a great episode.
Well, if you're not putting people off, you're not growing. So.
Exactly.
Totally agree.
Exactly.
But the one thing
That's
is,
why I put people off all the time.
Me too. Because I'm just tired of.
I'm just
Nick.
tired of stagnation.
dude,
Exactly being
this
the same
guy's
place.
podcast, Epic Film Guys, it's an amazing fucking podcast, dude. So like, if you
Oh,
like
yeah.
movies, these are the guys that you want to fucking listen to, dude. But like, here's my question to you because I know he's also.
Well,
a
they
big
were on
Rick
the
and
show
Morty
this season,
fan.
weren't they?
No, we had
Last
something cast.
Oh, okay.
Not Epic Film. I'd love to have those guys here though. But let me ask you this.
Oh, Epic Film Guys requested. Think he's up.
I'm sorry. My bad. Here we go.
This is hard.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But when it comes to Rick and Morty, originally I felt a little bit slightly disappointed because what I wanted more of the story about the Galactic Federation and all that shit that they were going through, and that Rick had broken out of prison, and I thought they were going to go to that, but instead they changed the story up, at least so far, where now we're getting more into their personal stories and the family unit. And
That
that's
sounds like a pretty good novel to me
It's
so
been
far. Because you don't want to
really
dwell too long
interesting.
in
Well, that's
one
what you do.
context.
It's been really interesting because the idea that they're breaking down someone's like the way they feel, their
psyche,
attitude,
sure.
their psyche, the shit they don't want to admit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to deal with
And-
that
and
all the
you're
time.
like, fuck, man. Like, you're like, this is a cartoon, and it's so smart. It's like the
Do you watch
smartest.
it?
It's like real life with
Yeah.
pencils.
They talk about it a lot, and I just need to watch it, and I haven't yet.
You haven't seen Rick and Morty yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, dude, do it.
I had a couple of buddies who hadn't
need
seen
to-
it when we were watching it the other night, and I was like, it is the smartest dumb shit
I'm a
you'll
big
ever see.
Adventure Time guy. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
huge
love Adventure Time.
guy,
Sure,
but
sure.
You keep talking about Rick and Morty, and I just gotta get started.
Have to.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so good. And
They
now
tell
you've got-
me I'm gonna show me the pilot. I'm showing me the opener to the second season. I was just
You were
looking
hooked,
at it.
dude.
It was just
You were
because it picks up in the middle of a time freeze. Like so.
That's
so-
one of my favorite episodes.
No, and
why I
that's
wanted you
the
to
best
see
episode to introduce yourself to. Like if you're looking for something, to me.
So I should start season 2.
No. I'm
episode
just
1?
saying. I'm just saying if I had never seen it before. I never seen it before. So I started season 2. I started with that episode. They showed me. I was like, oh, okay. Then I went back and watched from the beginning all the way through.
Yeah. Totally worth it too. The
Oh, yeah.
storyline's fucking amazing. The arc is there. It's loose, but honestly,
it's great.
Well, yeah, of course it's loose.
No, but
Anything can happen.
hysterical.
It's quantum fucking
hysterical,
cartoons.
though, yeah.
Quantum cartoons.
And the people in it, like the character, the voice
Those are
actors,
the
everybody,
only
like they
good
do a great.
Yeah.
Like, it's just well done, and it's you know, it's one of those shows. It just grabs you, you know. Like the minute you watch it, you're just like you can't like. I don't think anybody really hates it at all. It's just like you're
Rick
into it or
and
you're
Morty
not.
represent the current state of society in a very particular way, almost the way Homer and Bart Simpson did in 1985, whenever the fuck it was they came out, right? Like there's something about that dynamic and that sort of tension and rage that they each feel in different ways that I think is really, really reflective of what we're all currently fucking living in. Rick's disdain for the world because of the way he thirsts for but it comes from a place where he thirsts for knowledge. It's not from a place of ignorance.
Yeah, yeah, sure, of course.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a really huge.
Yeah.
That's really huge. It's a reflection of society what we're currently going
It's a
through.
good one.
Do you have any friends named Morty?
I don't. I've never met anyone named Morty.
We have to find you a friend named Morty, because then we can.
We can.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
I know. I'm
All
not,
right.
I'm not-
You know what's really fucked up is
We
I've
can
drank
make a
so many.
documentary called "Searching for Morty."
Oh, but we gonna say you drank so many beers, you thought you had a friend named Morty. you just start saying, I drank so many.
Sarah's like, I don't know, but every time he drinks a bottle of this,
He's calling me Morty.
he's calling somebody Morty. Like, what's I don't know.
But that's a great idea. The searching for more.
Searching
It's all in
for
black
Morty.
and white.
It's all in black, right?
It's very barely any music.
Get
It's just very
Get Will Wood to play
No,
the
it
fucking
should
the
be
rag.
it should be all French horn and no fucking vocals.
French horn is
whatsoever.
my favorite. I love the French
All
horn.
fluted
That's my
folk.
favorite.
All French horn.
Wow.
French horn is your
Favorite instrument, and he's concurring with me.
I'm a big, maybe not favorite instrument.
Maybe not
whole,
French,
but
but definitely horn.
Goddamn frog.
Well, yeah, it's
hold on.
melancholy.
What features a French horn that I would know?
I don't know.
Like Peter the Wolf.
all right,
Peter the Wolf.
I
Peter
know.
the Wolf.
No,
Peter
no,
the
no.
Wolf.
Hold on. One second.
There's an accommodator.
Igor.
For your ear.
Igor.
That's
an
what she
earpiece.
said.
When
getting better.
in Young Frankenstein,
Okay.
when Igor and the Doctor were trying to
You
summon
think the blonde? I think they were
he was sitting on the castle wall
okay.
playing a French horn.
Thank you for speaking my
French
language.
horn is
The one was playing the violin, and then he was like, bum, 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 bum.
No, but the French horn is also used a lot in post-rock, too.
There you
It's
go.
like a very
Now you-
sad sound
I'll
when
click
drowned
to
out.
Young Frankenstein.
Yes, the French horn. If you need
By the
to
way-
identify the French horn, you need only look to Young Frankenstein.
The new popularity that's growing, I don't know if anybody's noticed it, of the saxophone, I really enjoy.
Saxophone.
My son plays trumpet.
I
in
feel
his
like
school
that's
band.
awesome.
Well,
It's great.
horns in
It's
general
really
made a
fun.
big comeback.
It's really fun, dude.
Because it's a geek population now. You know what I'm saying? It's
Are we
geek
gonna have a
culture.
ska bands again? Like the
Oh,
90s
dude.
have it?
We don't need them anymore.
No, we don't need them anymore.
No, it doesn't have to be that simple anymore. Because now it can be like dubstep, ska, big band, heavy metal,
True.
hardcore. And you're just looking at this shit like, I love this.
I already know bands that did that.
I love this.
Well, yeah.
And like a
I was like,
saxophone
oh, you mean Folly?
as a solo instrument is a great thing to just like wail
Dude,
on a saxophone.
have you ever heard-
Not even
Oh,
like
yeah.
a careless whisper
Oh,
type
yeah.
thing, but like just a squonking like. Just,
Oh, dude, yeah.
Have you ever heard-
If you got the breath for it, and
It's
you
like,
do it,
it's
yeah,
like,
man.
what key is this in? Don't work, just go.
Just
Just
go.
Right.
go when I
Well,
look at you,
saxophones
just
are like
go.
tuned to their, they're like tuned to their
Have
own
you
note,
ever
and you're just
heard
riding that note in scales.
Trent
you know?
Reznor play the saxophone just by
wow.
itself.
No,
It is awesome. Awesome.
he can play
dude.
any. I mean,
And, and like, just think about what he can do musically, the way he thinks about music, and now apply it to him playing a solo saxophone. And then realize that Trent Reznor
it's-
can fucking play a
well, a lot of
saxophone.
people, a lot of
Yeah,
that, but a lot of that,
yeah.
a lot of people give him that because it's like it's techno that he's known for.
Yeah.
But it's like what people don't understand. He's not like your average. No, he can play any instrument. He's saying most times it is him playing it. It's him playing the instrument and he samples it and then chops it and uses it like it's
He's a
all
fucking
his sound
scientist,
effects. Like,
man, yeah.
well, no, it's some people sample beats and use all that. Like Trent Reznor, like that was why a lot of people who liked the early shit hated the Fragile because that's what he did. He got rid of all the fucking
Samples and shit,
all
yeah.
the samples and shit, and just he made all of his own samples out of acoustic or
Yeah.
plugged in instruments that he played live.
Yeah.
And that, dude, that's just showing, like, yeah, I know how to arrange something, but I can also play every single fucking instrument on the album, you know? Like,
Did you guys watch the Defiant Ones on HBO?
Still need to see
no.
Let's see it.
I just finished it today, and like going back to the record deal thing we talked about before,
please.
like he was in a record deal with TBT after Pretty Hate Machine.
Yes,
like
right.
7 records.
Right.
And when they tried to get him out of that to go on to Interscope, like when they said that 7 records today, that sounds like an eternity.
It is an eternity.
You know what I mean? Like back then, it was
Back then it was a house, though.
It was just like,
you know.
Yeah, you're right. It was a house, and now it doesn't even have to be one.
It's funny that he said TBT though, because like the last big named band that I can remember was one of my favorites, Nothing Face, who was signed to TBT. Oh, rest in peace to the lead singer too. He fucking
died?
yeah, he died.
Yeah, he did
last
recently,
year,
yeah.
a couple of months ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
another
that whole-
opportunity for Rick
yeah.
Astley.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but
Check
the
the
guitar
other
player
check
plays
the
for
other
him.
check.
That was a good
But
joke.
it was
dude.
the same thing, dude.
That
I
was a good
remember there
joke.
was an Ozfest that I wanted to avoid like the plague, but the reason I went to it was because Nothing Face was gonna play, and I was like,
That was like
dude,
being drawn back to another house first.
no, I got a ticket. Like, you know, somebody got me in and shit like that, but I was just gonna like sidestep the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like the only thing I wanted to see was like the second stage, and everything on the main stage sucked. But the one shining light on the main stage for the day was the first opening bit, Nothing Face.
Yeah,
and I was
right.
like, yeah, going to see him. TBT fucking pulled out on him halfway through and just stopped funding him. And they had to leave Ozfest. Like, you know, they just had to fucking
And
drop
hey,
off the
listen,
fucking
man.
tour because their record
If-
label wouldn't give them enough money to keep going. And,
One thing that I love about
and that was the
current-
last band I ever heard
One thing
signed
I-
to TBT.
one thing I love-
But you saw them, though.
One
No,
thing
I
I love
didn't.
about
They
the
were pulled before you saw them.
No, yeah, they were pulled before I saw them. So I went. I mean, I didn't pay, so you know, whatever. But I went
So
to
you just
that
end up picking up young
But I
gothic
said-
chicks for like 6 packs.
Yeah, I spent the day
Walking
walking
around
around
the
fucking the art center with barely a couple, but which was wound up being fun enough. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I can turn anything into a party, so whatever. But, you know, like it's like I gotta go to the library. Sweet, I'm heading to the liquor store, man. We'll be right there.
But this whole thing also signifies another really great thing that's going on right now, which is the fact that anybody can go out there and promote themselves if they got the education and knowledge, if they have, you know. And when I say education,
And
I
the
mean
drive,
and the
too,
drive,
you know?
the ability
Drive.
to go out there and understand what it takes to promote yourself and be your own fucking promoter. And
Follow
like
through,
there are
man.
people that I respect, Tony, who are involved in music, who I respect, who will argue with me that record labels are still a necessity. Now, I don't
Well,
mean
it depends on
depends
what
on
your
the
goals are,
situation,
man.
yeah.
You know,
And
everything's
what about
context.
a
Everything,
Always to be
major?
signed to a record label. They're
everything
really
is
important.
context. You know,
Right.
You're not gonna make it to a huge level. Okay.
Because record labels only sign like when I say record label, I'm talking about monsters.
If you want to be the
Hold
next
on.
Demi Lovato, you need a record label.
Exactly.
Okay, so
They
and
sign-
every person has their own dreams. So this table here, I don't think is representative of the entire population as all. If we were on an airplane, we'd see a lot more fucking people's dreams. Okay, if you know what I'm saying, you look at that, everyone's got their own fucking dreams. So I'm just saying, record labels are still a necessity, depending upon your context.
Well, yeah, but that's what I would like. With the dude we were involved with, and you know, like when we were trying to do the jam room thing, and just very similarly, like if you wanted to be in an indie band or something like that. You know, yeah, you don't necessarily need a record label, like, you know what I mean, depending on how patient you want to be and how much work you want to do and everything, and most other genres too, like punk, hardcore, most of those
Well, the
things
example,
actually
the
thrive on
example you
that.
just gave, though.
But
Here, let me
yeah,
ask you,
but
if you want to
wanna-
tour,
right.
if you want to tour, a record label works. What was the story you just told? One of your favorite bands, they got pulled because the record label will support. The record label will throw money out so that you can tour.
Yeah,
they'll put the money out front,
and that's
you know?
how you get
And
seen.
So record
Most-
labels
yeah.
are still valid.
I just want to cut to Mac Lahosi, non-fundamentalist juggalo.
Well, then you could look into strange music and Tex
Right.
Knowles. I mean, like he could have became what he was just based on his own thing, but then he went and took everything that he had, built the label, and signed all these other guys.
Right, sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, like Tony said, it depends on your context.
Yeah.
It absolutely does, man.
Like, that's what
But
he
I
was
but I
setting
feel
out
like the
to
$1
do.
million contracts go to the porn stars.
Well, yeah, no,
with their
we're not
voices.
talking about a million contracts. That wasn't your question. Your question was, are record labels still necessary?
Not necessary.
And well,
But not necessary, but again, like she said, it depends on what you want.
Right, no, but I'm saying, but I believe record labels are necessary depending upon what you need, what they provide. You know,
well, also-
I don't mean to everyone everywhere. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. No, I just want to get this out real quick. when you're like a kid, right, in a garage, and you pour your heart out with acoustic guitar, and you film yourself in your phone, and that shit gets like 8 million views, you know what I mean? Like, no record label was necessary for that to happen.
No, I know, but when it comes for the time for the next record or distribution, look, Ludacris moved like, what, how many fucking 70,000 units out of the trunk of his fucking Impala, okay? But he really didn't take off
Moral Technique.
Well, but he didn't take off and become where he was at until. But Moral Technique is not Ludacris in terms of everybody knows what the fucking is not a household name. They're absolutely not the same, dude. Don't even go there. And I don't see a Moral Technique on fucking on national.
But they don't make rappers.
That's not my point.
They
Though. My
don't
point
make
is
rappers
okay, if you want to dilute the point, that's fine.
I'm not diluting.
You are diluting the point. The point is in order for Ludacris to get open to a national fucking audience, that it was a household name, he needed a record label. He moved 70,000 units out of his fucking trunk.
I know in the grand
for you, it's fine.
I know in the grand.
I know in the
grand scheme.
Well, regardless though. Regardless. MTV and the record labels are the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Totally, absolutely right.
In the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket. But when Ludacris did what he did, between when Tech Nine did what he did, there is a time gap there. And when Ludacris
did it when they were labeled,
more of a necessity for a
bricks
label.
and painting them yellow
that
down
was
the
my
fucking road
point.
to
Was
ours.
like it's not so much. It's not so much what you're even doing or what. Like it's the audience you're trying to reach.
Right.
If you're
That's
in a
your goal,
punk
is
band
context.
or an indie band or anything like that, you don't have
If
to
you're
work
looking
as
for
hard
free
because
beer and
the people
pizza,
who want to
they'll
see
come
you
to you.
are coming to you.
Yeah,
They're
right.
looking for shit
But those are
that's
also kids.
outside the mainstream. But there's a massive audience within the mainstream still to this day.
The largest
Kids who
demographic
don't
is
think
women,
that
18 to
much about
35. You're
music,
not going to
you know?
reach them with fucking
And if you want to get them, you do kind of need a record label because they have the foot. They can plug you in.
So record
they
label
know
is
they
still a
don't
real
have to
thing.
explain
I'm
you. They can just
responsible
plug you right
for
in.
all of this. Go ahead.
Drink.
There's a thing about like views.
Yes.
About like putting yourself on the internet and then having views launch you to where you're at. That everything's saturated with so many people that have millions and millions and millions of views and that are famous now.
Hard to rise to the top.
Like
good point.
Like say like Cypress Hill, they're legends. But
Good
if
point.
But if they came out now and they had less than X amount of views on YouTube,
Yes.
nobody gives a fuck about Cypress Hill.
No, that's an
like-
excellent
Unless you've heard them.
But that's an
Unless
excellent
you know
point.
who they are.
Well, that's another point too.
They're legends from back in
Oversaturation.
the day, but if they came out
Oversaturation.
now
That
and
might
didn't get the views,
totally.
That might
Right.
be the next step. He's absolutely right. That might be the next step of it all. Is that people become so oversaturated by the freedom to grab shit that they don't have to get from a record label that they start trusting the record label more to give them the real shit. Like, you know,
Go ahead.
they
Say
could
that.
fall
Tom
right
York-
back in.
Tom York from Radiohead a couple years ago when their album came
Genius
out. I don't think
Genius.
it was,
Genius.
They're great. They're
The
just great
Rainbows.
music.
The
I don't like
Rainbows
all
came
their
out.
albums, but they're just brilliant.
When they're
I mean,
good, they're good.
No, they're just brilliant.
Let
Even the stuff that I
Mike get
don't
to his
like.
point, though. Let Mike
no,
get to his point.
He came out and he said that this is Tom York. Like when you put an album out, it's like looking at a gigantic waterfall and throwing a beer. It was a pebble, but I'm going to say a beer cap because I'm holding it into the waterfall, and you're like, there it is. Okay, so what's next? And that's Tom York saying that.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
It's a
One
machine,
of the
man.
biggest, most influential
Yeah.
like radio. So like you look at a band like Yawn Mower or Chemtrail or whoever else that are just like just doing their thing. It's kind of like, oh okay, well that kind of puts us in this. It puts
We're
things in
still in the
perspective.
river.
It's kind of like when a band that big is like. Yeah,
But wait a
it's
second,
kinda
can I
like
just respond to that though? But we do live in an age now though where you can sort of be like state or like regionally popular
Well, you can always be
and
that,
make a
though.
living
of
in a
course.
way that
You
you
could
couldn't
always
have
do
a
that,
long
though.
time ago.
You
could
have to
always
do
do- you
what
absolutely
works
do.
for
I
your
don't know about a
band.
living.
but-
though. That's a
but you're-
fine line. That depends on
Dan, I didn't mean to
expenses.
pull
You know, that
Ken.
depends on
Oh,
a
no,
lot of shit.
But your
Comes up.
close reach is now much easier than it once was.
Well, your close reach is just wider, but your close reach has always been your close reach, dude. People made livings playing the Chubby Pickle every fucking or wherever. Chubby's fucking every Saturday night during the '80s. Okay,
Sure.
they did. I know people who didn't go to my one buddy. He had had meetings with Henry Hirsch, who was like the top fucking publisher. He didn't go because he was making $3 grand a weekend fucking playing with the nerds.
What was
All right,
it?
so you could make a living, and you could always make a living,
But it
and that's not
doesn't
leaving your
last
house.
forever like that.
No,
What
it
is
doesn't
that?
last forever,
Now,
dude.
when you're playing music,
You can
so-
ask fucking Tone Loc that. Okay, all right, so.
Let's examine something.
That's for you, Jared. That's for you.
And it's don't look that.
Yeah, man,
That
what
is
the fuck
true.
happened to that guy? Exactly. because at one point you couldn't avoid him. Right? Nothing less forever, especially in arts, and that's why you keep your head down and you fucking just do your best.
But we're in a different place now, though. Clearly,
we're always in a different place. Tomorrow we're going to be in a different place than we are today.
Right.
But
The institution
love it,
still
you'll
stands.
continue to do
Exactly.
it. No matter what.
Dude, in the 20s, when field recording came together, they were in a different place than they were when they were in the fire. Then it was when people were seeing the cotton fields or in the churches or on the front porches or whatever.
You know what I have a problem
and
with?
then when the radio came along, then we were in a different place. Technology, it's almost law, dude. We're gonna always be in a different place. So you could say that, but it's kind of an empty.
The radio killed music. It hurt it. It hurt music.
Well, no, I don't know. Radio made music, dude. Radio made music. TV killed the widening.
Video killed
Without radio, there'd be no music, dude. There would be no music the way you know it.
Hold on, but what I mean is, what I'm talking about is traditional terrestrial radio.
No, but what
Your
year are you talking about?
song must be 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
No. See, that's not radio. That's radio in the 1960s. Radio in the 1940s.
That was radios in the fucking in the 80s, the 90s.
But when was radio invented? 1925. In 1940, radio was fucking woo. Radio was beginning the internet.
It was Netflix. It was
but listen. Okay, all I'm saying to you though, dude, is there's just as many years before that point where radio was relevant as there were since that point now, 40 years before, 40 years after. Okay, so radio was absolutely critical to music being what it is today, or else musicians used to be the scourge of the earth. Don't date a musician, don't marry a musician.
Yeah, they wander around.
Because you always thinking in the context of you, but when you take a step back, radio.
I'm just thinking in the context of me.
Look, the only reason I said that is because you said 80s, 90s, dude. Everything is whatever you call those fucking cutoff shorts, those jorts.
Yeah, but hold on. But what they were willing to air.
Radio changed the.
Ryan's shorts.
Radio changed.
You want to show them up?
Radio just became a business, dude, like everything else, and that's capitalism. That has nothing to do with music. That has nothing to do with any external innovation. That's capitalism.
But
once the string gets widened, bridges get built over it, and then bridges pay tolls.
We need to understand old radio and then new radio and then really new radio.
No, dude.
Like
You made a blanket statement. You made a blanket statement.
What would air in 1965
You made a blanket statement.
is not the same as what would air in
Not
1965,
1925. Okay, fucking Lance Miscombe. Okay, whatever, dude. That's the shit that inspired these people today. But you made a blanket statement, and all I'm saying is it's not a blanket situation. It's capitalism came in and ruined it. Radio didn't ruin anything. Capitalism ruined it, just like it always does.
That's true.
Okay, it has nothing to do with radio. Okay, it has to do with mass communication. Okay, the wider the bridges get, the wider the waters get. They used to have the bridges, and once you got bridges, then you pay tolls, and then we're all fucked because they put the trolls out of business.
It changed
okay.
It changed the goals and the intentions of the musicians putting it out.
Because they're about making money. Before then, it wasn't about.
And not necessarily always in a good way too. It went from, hey, we're musicians and we're going to make art.
It went from good to bad to
and
we're
I can
trying
tell you,
again
it
to
went
fuck.
to I need 1 million people to buy my shit to support, you know.
In the 1980s, you had what was called Al Moriente rock. Because even in the 80s, and that's gone now. You know what I'm saying? Where you have stations that just played they played cuts that because they weren't $1 million sellers, right. They became $1 million sellers. Okay, so radio invented that sort of. Nowadays, you don't have that anymore. You don't have freedom. You don't have now the radio stations are being told it's like how we got Trump in office. You get the leader you deserve. You get the leader you beg for. As a populist, people, and so basically. Now the radio stations have to pander to the 3-minute thing, okay? Because they're selling to the advertisers, and that's dollars, and that's capitalism.
Me off
of course it pisses me off. I'll drink to that.
It's
not even mine. I'll drink to that. Okay.
People beg for McDonald's.
Wait a minute. No, go. What about McDonald's?
He's like, wait, McDonald's. You got mine now.
I just beg for McDonald's instead of accepting happily and intelligently and slowly what they really fucking need. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens with TV, with music, with radio, with everything. And now the radio's dying.
Who's making those decisions on what somebody really needs, though?
They're sick of that shit.
Who makes decisions on what we really need?
But like in the 80s, okay, you look at like pop music.
Right.
So Hall & Oates. Let's talk about Hall & Oates.
I love Hall & Oates.
You're a rich girl. I hate Hall & Oates. Except for that song.
But that's pop as hell. Like, I mean, when you look at like.
But that defined pop though as well.
But like you look at that now, like that would never happen now.
Of course not.
Like two dudes.
The Beatles would never happen now.
But like
dude, back in the day,
but
back in the day, like I mean, like
here's what I think.
I think that right opinion on music meant a lot more than it does today. Now anybody can like anything they want. It's
okay.
Because there's a waterfall.
Wait, listen. I just want to put Dan's nuts in my mouth. All right.
We're arguing about whether
Let me get a couple of nuts.
That's my nuts are out.
Dude,
I got enough nuts for
that beef
everybody.
jerky.
You want some of Dan's nuts?
One at a time. Go ahead.
Everyone
I
wants
said
my
I don't
notes.
know if in the 20s people were arguing about whether ragtime was better than.
No, because back then it was all the devil's music. Okay.
Right.
Damn, I got diarrhea. I might die tomorrow.
And they were because you had race records versus like Charleston and all that shit. The dance music, the good time fucking jazzy shit versus the stuff that was more organic. So it's always those lines have always existed.
Yeah.
Whether it's been that more important to people, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there were definitely those lines.
But that lends to another good point too, is that like the people who always wanted to find good music always have.
He has a good show.
Like, so no matter how popular everything gets throughout the history of all recorded music, especially, there have always been the group of the hardcores and the underground who just like, I fuck with these guys. Listen to these guys.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there are a bunch of people who are like, no, Salieri, the shit over Mozart.
Here's what I love. And this is what I love about. If there's anything redeeming about reboot culture, it's the idea that now people are kind of looking at it differently. It's not just about rebooting anymore. It's about taking an original vision and saying to yourself,
how can I make more money off this?
No, not just that.
Like,
not
why
just
do they
that.
have to bring the fucking monsters back? Are you kidding me with
They don't
that
have
shit?
to, but Stranger Things as an
happening.
80s style is amazing because
Where is that happening?
In real life. And you know the dude
No, I
you
mean
know,
like
you
is
know
that
who's
movie
making
form
it?
or TV
Is it TV
show?
The guy who's making it is Seth Meyers.
Oh, that might be funny.
And it's gonna be like a hipster Brooklyn Monsters.
Right
It
now,
might work.
I mean,
Like Seth Meyers is pretty fucking smart, man.
I was at the Mets game on Saturday night.
Wait, Seth Meyers is Saturday Night Live guy, or is that the fucking family? Oh, never mind. I think that's Seth MacFarlane. I'm sorry. I think that's Seth MacFarlane.
Is the one from
He's on SNL,
Never mind,
but
I take it
he
back.
also
I take it
has
back.
a late night show now.
Yeah. I take it back. I think I'm talking about Seth MacFarlane.
What's the matter with you?
No,
what's the matter with you?
Seth MacFarlane has, I don't know if it came out yet or
besides-
not, a live action sci-fi comedy
Oh yeah,
show.
yeah. It's like a
This is the
spoof
best
off
part.
of stuff.
Me and Sarah are the loudest yelling, and we're the only ones not drinking. Okay, I love this.
What is it called?
This is truly awesome
shit.
song.
The,
I can't remember the name
it's
of
like
it.
I think it starts with a D or something. Shit, yeah. Seth MacFarlane is basically doing
I
like
don't
a
think it
spoof off
came
of
out
the
yet,
original
but-
Star Treks.
Yeah,
Like, it's
like,
like
so,
he's the
so
captain
when you
of
said
a ship,
Monsters with Seth
and then-
MacFarlane,
but it's
I
a
give it a
comedy.
chance.
You know what I mean?
That's Seth Meyers
And
now.
he's actually acting in it, not just
Yeah.
like that's actually I'm terrified of it, but I'm very excited.
Can we
Well,
just for one
it's
second
it's like a roller
talk
coaster.
It's one of those things like if it
Hold on.
sucks, you're never
Go
gonna
ahead.
like the
Can
guy
we just
again.
talk about the fact that Martin Scorsese is going to be making a Joker Origins movie?
Oh my God! I didn't hear that. My heart just exploded. That's awesome.
Wow, that's really cool.
Let me tell
That's
you,
really good.
I love Martin
really
Scorsese.
cool.
That's
Hell
really
yeah,
good.
Scorsese.
And it's gonna be like 7 hours long.
They said that it's going to be really
Matt Damon will
dark.
be in it.
Oh, of
Mark
course.
Wahlberg.
And it's not going to be attached to any of the other like Batman
Leonardo
movies.
Of course not.
It's
DiCaprio,
going
of
to be a
course.
separate world.
Wow, that's great.
It's gonna be Leonardo DiCaprio as the Joker.
No, as an early Joker,
I love it. It'll be great.
Jack Nicholson is a really old Joker.
Yeah. That'll be
Well,
great.
if
And
you-
I love it.
you know
I
what
love
the
every
thing
minute
is?
of it.
If you read The Killing Joke, Leonardo
just one of the best.
DiCaprio pre-Joker would actually kind of work.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Before
I
he
agree.
became the
And
Joker.
not for nothing, I've no doubt that them getting Scorsese to do it is probably a segue to that very fucking thing. Is because
They
somebody else
want
thinks
the casting.
same thing. Like, because if you get Scorsese, you got a goddamn good chance of getting DiCaprio. They like each other very, very much.
No, dude, that's real good.
That
When did you hear
would
that?
be
How long
I
was
heard
that?
it like 3 hours ago.
Oh, awesome!
That
Fresh
would
on the
be
hot.
awesome.
That's why I come here. It's for the fucking the
Dude,
breaking news.
That would be fucking dude. Dude, I love Scorsese shit, man.
Fuck
That'd
yeah.
be fucking epic.
Dude, that Dead movie he did was fucking. Just everything he does is
Word.
great.
Yeah.
Listen, we've got to cut to our second break. There's more shit I wanted to
fuck's
talk
sakes.
about. Actually, I got 3 minutes. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Juggalos marching the same day that the Trump rally is. Now Matt,
Everyone's making it sound like it's because
hold
they're
on.
going against
Hold on,
Trump.
whoa. I want to say something about this to Matt.
Clash in the
because
streets.
Matt is a real Juggalo. He's a hatchet man Juggalo. And I want to say this to you. There's a
Or
couple
whatever.
of things.
He's got a pin and knows the
He
handshake.
just says a bunch of juggalo words. He's like, he's a fucking raving hatchet. It's just random words
Sounds like
that
a
sound
MySpace name.
that
Like-
sound juggalo.
Raving
Yeah.
hatchet.
Oh, 06890.
Love you, Sarah.
So here's the question,
June
right?
1990.
There's a couple things I've heard.
Okay.
Okay, so I typically read what people think about Juggalos and it's starting to piss me off because I know you and other people,
Yeah.
and I know that you're really nice,
Yeah.
and you're a good person,
Thank you.
and I'm reading things that are pissing me off. now.
People say things about
Okay?
white people that just don't encapsulate anyone at this table. So I'm
People
just
are
saying,
saying online, these are the things I'm
I
reading
say a
that
lot
you're
of shitty
probably
things about
not
white
reading.
people, though.
well, I do too. I'm just saying that.
You're probably not reading because you're probably friends with more juggalos and I'm friends with non-juggalos.
Way to
right?
be, way to draw lines.
I
there.
read.
This is important. This is important.
right?
I promise this is all coming full circle.
Don't worry, it's all good. You dance great, dude. You dance great.
Here's the
That was a
thing.
joke.
So people, I've read a couple of things recently that bothered me.
Okay.
One of them was people felt that juggalos and Trump supporters would get along because of the rednecky-ness of the whole thing. And
I haven't read anything that implied that they would get
I'm
along.
sure there
Everything
are
that
plenty
I've
of
read
juggalos.
The
actually.
reason why
That
it would be
would.
get like any the two groups could coexist on the same day is because at least the general narrative that's going around, at least decent people on our side, is like we shouldn't be going in there hostile. You know what I mean? Like if anything was to happen, it would be because one of them would be provoking.
Well, that's a great point because so many people are attending these rallies on both sides hostile.
People are
you know, and
well,
not looking for a place to
People are
meet.
starting to realize that like
Right, exactly.
we're
Looking for
marching
chill.
into-
We're looking for chill.
We're marching into Washington.
I got my hanging nylon.
But everything I've read though has implied that it was an on-purpose thing, and it's like the juggalos are coming to go up against the Trump supporters.
Oh,
I thought it was a
with their hatchet men.
But really, I think it was a complete fucking accident that they happened on the
It's
same
a
day.
complete accident.
And the news is like spinning it in this thing that it was like planned and shit.
I don't
It's
even.
like,
I
what
couldn't
the
watch
fuck
it.
is
Thank God I don't
Well,
watch it.
because they're using to the advantage of that. The general outside look of us is that we're automatically going to come in there hostile.
Right.
They don't take the time.
Well, 'cause
they don't take the time.
You guys,
to,
the Juggalos were deemed a gang. Who was Dick Cheney did it? They made
Oh,
all
dude,
the
the
Juggalos
fucking
a gang.
Timber Gore?
dudes from
Was it Timber Gore?
ICP, the dudes from ICP
You're a
must
te- it's a
have
terrorist
woke up
group
that
now.
morning just like smiling, just like,
No,
that is the best publicity I could ever fucking get.
I know,
The
man.
FBI is talking about my
Right,
fucking
FBI,
family, bro.
They ignored
Oh.
it for like a whole year.
They ignored it for a
At
year.
first, they were like, okay, haha, that happened, and then they started doing in stores and they started doing meet and greets and stuff like that, and people were like, hey, so I lost a custody battle because I have the tattoo, and they were like,
Wow,
oh,
that's fucked
okay,
up.
you know what I mean?
That is fucked
and
up.
then and it was happening more and more and more and more, and
That's fucked up. Yeah.
but the thing is that they're putting that out there because they know that people have that perception of us, and that they can feed it to them, and people are buying it. The people who don't know it, they're buying it. You know.
I have another question for you, because we got to cut the break in a minute, and I have something I wanted to ask you because you are a real, authentic juggalo.
I'm going to that one.
And I'm not saying that as a joke. You are a real juggalo. So I wanted to ask you your perspective on something.
Mm-hmm.
So like somebody that I'm friends with online is like a hardcore feminist, and one of the things that she said was, I can't support the Juggalo March because ICP makes fun of abusing women. And I'm curious as to what your response is to Juggalo, because everyone's because anyone who responds to it
shut the
online,
fuck up.
anyone who responds to it online is not coming from your perspective.
Yeah.
So what would your perspective
They weren't
be?
taught context clues in school then.
Yeah. Well, critical thinking was outlawed in school.
I'll
Yeah.
explain that.
Okay,
because
go ahead.
That's true.
Because
No,
more
he's
often
right.
than not, it's either totally silly and whimsical in a way that you hear it, that you know that
Like
they're
a fairy
not.
tale or a bedtime
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. But like,
Or with scary clown make 'em.
Yeah.
no, but that or that it's so exaggerated to the point where
Like scary clown make 'em.
you can't listen to it and think they really think that it's cool to do that or actually say that.
It's
Right.
like any
Um,
culture,
Right,
really.
yeah, no, right.
And
Well,
also,
what was
that
that group in
every
Florida,
culture
man?
has
That rap group that had
well,
all the problems.
and they're also not
Back in the
making
80s.
fun of it. Oftentimes, when they bring that kind
It had
of
like a
shit
three-word
up, it's
name,
brought up
too.
from the perspective of that they're telling a tale from the other side, from an outsider looking in. Like they're depicting a situation about domestic abuse, but it wasn't like from how when Kim came out, how you clearly heard that was him pissed off at his wife. They're coming at it from the side of that we're
joking.
we're
talking shit.
we're
commentary, social
we're
commentary.
telling the story, but it's necessary to put that part in there.
Sure.
When we get to the good part, when we get to the moral part of the story, you've heard what led up to. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you feel that
there's-
juggalos are horribly misrepresented?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Scary comic will do that.
I mean, you have to be real about it and understand that, yeah, there's a bunch of idiots that do that shit. That, in a way, in certain places, got enough attention to it.
But that's any.
That's the nutbuster right there.
And that's the problem.
Those dudes tend to
by putting us in
guys who
boxes,
get all the attention, and you kind of get viewed as a willing follower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to an intelligent version. You
right,
know what I mean?
by putting it in boxes, it's easy to sell it.
Yeah,
and
that's I mean,
it's easier to build walls around in bars and in
but
malls.
some of the boxes are kind of, well placed. You know what I mean? Like
so there are definitely assholes.
Fucking, shit like that.
Well, Nazis baked really good chocolate chip cookies. I hear. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and
just saying. In all fairness,
that's fine. But and that's what I'm saying.
And Nazi jokes never
that's where the
go over good,
line
even with
goes.
Jared.
And that's the point that I kind of wanted to make was that when
I
you
smelled
made
it
the
coming
point,
over. That's why I looked.
when you said about the girls, hardcore feminine, like I can't listen to them because they make jokes about abusing women or whatever.
This
you know what I
is
mean?
the same thing about Tupac.
No,
Tupac also had.
But my point, that's not even my point. My point is though, does she know that because she listened to it, or does she know that because she was told?
Any feminist who says she can't listen because she was told not to listen is not a feminist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. That's what he said.
But that's my point. Like, dude, I mean, like, I don't agree with juggalos on a lot of different, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not mad about it. It's like, oh, dude, they want to do what they want to do. They want to smoke PCP and listen to hip hop, whatever. I don't give a shit, like, whatever. I could give a shit less, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you can't listen to the artist and understand when something is humorous and it might not be your joke, it might not be your taste, okay. But when they're not serious, they're not telling people to do something. If you're not willing to take the time to do the research yourself, then shut the fuck up.
Well, here's one of
Charlie Manson.
For example,
I want him to have the last word before we cut to our second break, because we got to cut.
They did an interview with Bill O'Reilly in the 90s. It was part of a series that Bill O'Reilly was running called like the Children at Risk.
It's interesting.
Marilyn Manson was on it too.
Yeah, right.
They did ICP, and in the introduction they said, "Oh, listen to this horrible song that's all about beating people up and killing people and domestic violence and everything like that." But when you actually break it down, it's telling the story through the eyes of the victim.
Right, it's like rape date styling.
And basically saying like, this is not good, but we're talking about things that actually happen. Yeah. So like, but they just hear all the crazy aspects of it, and they're like, "Oh, this is evil," and it's like, well,
honestly,
it's actually the opposite.
Look,
They're talking about
all
the
you guys
opposite.
remember when Nirvana came out with the song "Rape Me" in the '90s. That song got changed. It got censored and all this shit. And Kurt Cobain came out and he said, "Yo, this song's an anti-rape song. You guys are censoring me. You're killing the fucking
Twisted
message of the
Sister
song."
got added to the Filthy 15 for their song called "Under the Knife" because Tipper
transgender,
Gore claimed that it was about sadomasochism, and then
it was really about changing your gender.
Yeah.
Well, he
that
said
is
that
why, and that is why everybody should go and.
It's important to put the Scorsese disclaimer that Epic Film
But
guys
in the
put
long
up
run,
there.
it was about their guitar players.
But yeah, Epic Film guy said he's only producing.
So
Scorsese.
So that kind of takes the air out of it.
Yeah, no, it'll still be good.
It will still be good, but
listen,
but
we
like, good news final.
We gotta cut to our second break. Okay, we gotta cut to the second break. We have Raymond Strife on the second break, Ice in the Face in the second break. When we come back, we're gonna be here with Mike. We're gonna hear some music. We're gonna talk about your fucking band, your fucking artwork, dude.
Yes.
We're gonna come back, and it's gonna be freaking amazing,
It'll be the
dude.
Mike
It's about a 20-minute
closer.
break. Go refill your beers and turn the fucking volume up. Let's do that shit.
Alright, now ferry it up with your head. You can move your arms but not your back.
I'm a fairy.
Move your arms but not your back.
Perform for us, fairy boy. Fairy dust and fucking
You gotta be sideways.
shit. Now I'm gonna go sideways again so you can see my fairy little wings. Look at me, I'm a fairy.
I should start over. Well, let's do it. Here we go. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I'm feeling inadequate, acting like my dad a bit. Got a lot of bad habits like all this world's inhabitants. I think I'm in love again. Push comes to shove again. The kid gloves are off and then I'm tired of my fucking friends. I'm trying so hard to act nonchalantly, airing out my dirty laundry, acting like Mahatma Gandhi in a moral quandary. I take the challenge fondly, no matter how shallow the pond be. How proud will my moms be? It's a 13th mile stretch, and it's Trent and Swansea. Between beauty and death, the dream absolutely made flesh. She seems to bloop me at best. I fiend for the good that I left, waiting for someone to shoot me to death. Could I really be this dumb? I got her blood on me. Is it enough to make her come? I got her love on me. How long before this fantasy goes numb?
I'm still ugly.
The reality is I should run. This is actually funny. I will never make something beautiful. I will never be a part of something beautiful. I will never be. It's Dr. Horrible. My obituary article says I smash atomic particles. Bitches suck on me like particles. The genuine article to get his rap charter full. A smarter dude to get a lawnmower starter pulled. You'd be hard pressed to find a harder dude. Plus I got a lot more heart than a lot of you. Yeah, a sincere lust. Get your girl's rear and bust. Fuck the fucking upper crust. But what he spits is butter trust. All you fucking motherfuckers gotta always wonder what's making a guy like him tick. What's his wanderlust? Like, hold up, I gotta take the bus. A rhyme maker plus someone who keeps taking drugs, saying nothing to the fuss, hanging out with my thugs. I'm trying to be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I need a couple hugs before I go nuts. Happy New Year's in a facade we trust. I couldn't even be what I was. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I told you I was gonna fuck that up. That's my favorite line too.
Raven Strike. Hey, that's it.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bandcamp.com, baby. Go get them. Hell yeah, dude. On my back pages.
Oh, and that's my homie Darnell Il Omega doing all the production on my new projects. Go for the Gustos coming out this summer.
All right. Dude.
You're listening to us. Yeah, the bass.
All right, should I move on to another subject?
Sure
Okay,
am.
I'm on isitnormal.com. Now, Is It Normal, Crystal, for in case you don't know, isitnormal.com is a place where people post things about themselves to find out how normal it is in the public votes. Okay?
And it's usually
Oh my
shit
God,
they're
that
really
sounds like
embarrassed
so
to
much
ask.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
usually shit that they're embarrassed to ask other people, obviously.
Well, I'm going to read you one that I found that stood out to me.
Okay.
Is it normal that I stick my finger in my butt to clear my sinuses?
Absolutely not.
Wait, what's the vote on this?
How normal do you think it is percentage-wise?
Like 15?
I've never fucking heard of that in my life. So.
See, well, let me just, without reading it, let me guess what this is
Wait,
about.
you do it?
No, I don't do it.
Oh.
He wrote it?
Yeah,
But
I
I
just
have-
randomly found this one.
I have absolutely no problem whatsoever with using the butthole for a variety of different things. Now,
At least they're honest.
exactly.
So I commend you.
So if you want to stick your middle finger or your thumb up your ass and to blow your nose super hard just to be sure.
Wait, would that
Is
work?
that what he meant? Is that what he means by it?
Look, listen.
I thought what
Listen.
the way
Hey,
I
you
took it was
started
like,
this.
yeah, I thought I took it as that like he shoved his finger up his ass and the shock was so great that his sinuses cleared.
Yeah, no, because I heard guys like fingers up their ass because
but not
it's
for
pleasurable for
sinus,
them.
but for sinus related things, that doesn't seem right.
Okay, now let me tell you something. If
It doesn't make it. I've never
Right.
gone to the doctor's office and been like, I can't fucking breathe, and he's like, bend over, bitch. Like that's never
I mean,
happened.
I guess when you gasp for air and shit, because
That's what I said. Like it's so shocking that
Like-
they're just like,
Yeah,
right. But then you could end up with some sort of then what? You swallow all the sinuses, because I like the way you said
swallow
it.
all the sinuses.
Like
That's the name of your
You
folk
jam a
record.
finger up your butt and just all the snot just all from the shock blows outward.
That's not normal at all.
No, it
He
does
shouldn't
not.
even
It's not
have
normal.
wrote
I'm
in
going
that.
to
Why
read
are
you.
sinuses fucked up so often anyway?
I'm going to read you how the person does it. So I stick my finger in my butt, not too far, and
Not
I use
too far?
and I use the butt's wetness on my fingers and rub it in my nostril.
But why is his ass wet?
There's so many problems with this guy. He needs to just go to a doctor. There's so many things wrong from the top to the bottom. Kappa pay.
Yeah, kappa pay.
His fucking nose is all stuffy. His butt's like oozing.
I think he has more fucking
Fuck
issues.
this guy. And don't use his keyboard after he posts this fucking question
Yeah,
anyway.
ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
right? Yeah, there you go.
It's like, what are these chocolate fingerprints on your keyboard?
No.
It's like,
what
no.
was the vote?
Wait, I didn't finish the whole thing.
okay.
So he uses his natural butt wetness. Obvs.
I don't feel like this is a real one.
I usually only do this when I have a stuffy nose. Usually the stench of my butt clears it up a little.
I don't think this is real. I think this is.
Out of all of this philosophizing, none of us came up with the real way that he used it for his sinuses.
It sounds like he's using it like a smelling salt almost, but it's more like a
Oh,
smelling
what
shit.
the fuck?
Yes.
This is terrible. Can we move on?
Well, anyway, it's 23% normal.
More than
No,
we
the
thought.
fuck, it's not.
Yeah, according to
I don't
the.
believe. I don't
He like
believe it.
got all his friends to vote. He's like, "Come on,
Yeah.
guys."
Come on, guys.
But
We're
why
on
would you
this
even
together.
fucking admit that to your friends? Like, I like to stick
Why
my
would you
finger
admit
up my
it to
ass.
strangers that have never met you either?
Sure.
Why would you admit it ever?
And why does your butt smell so bad? Now, I don't
Yeah.
know about anybody here, but I like to wipe deep
Oh,
to ensure
God, with
cleanliness.
Okay.
I want cleanliness all the way to the lungs.
Well,
Your
we learned-
amount of psychotic cleanliness it borders on, like trauma-induced psychosis.
I know it does. I don't care.
It's
So
all right.
it's what I have to do. That's why I like the one wipe Charlies.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see. Is it normal? I won't eat food that someone else touched. Is that normal?
Yes, that's
Yes.
me. I do that. I can't eat food that other people touch.
Yeah.
No, I touch other people's food.
I can't do that either. I can't touch other people's food because it grosses
I
me
mean,
out
not
to think.
strangers. I don't go around fucking touching strangers'
Just
food.
creepily. Someone
Yeah,
gets
like-
up to go to the bathroom at a restaurant and
Right,
you're like,
right.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Right.
thanks
That
for the
feels
chicken
nice.
fingers.
You just like sink your fingers into like their
Yeah.
pudding.
Yeah.
And just like, yes.
No, see, I won't do shit like that. That's disrespectful. But when it comes to like family or whatever,
Sure.
yeah, I'll eat their shit all
Yeah,
day.
I'll sink my fingers right in your rice pudding.
You know what I mean?
Whether they've been in my butt or not.
Wow, this is the theme of today's show.
Yeah, there's a lot of butt play going
Yeah,
on here.
clearly. Woo!
It's okay. It's okay. I don't go to restaurants because of this. I prepare my own food.
I understand this
understand this.
person. But no one in the restaurant's necessarily touching your food. It depends on the restaurant.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not eating at a fucking salad bar. That's for fucking sure. Are you crazy?
Well, there's a sneeze guard there.
It
you
doesn't
know.
get, dude. I don't give a shit. There's like 6-year-olds running around like with their snotty, milky hands, and they're all like, "I'm gonna touch all this shit."
Yeah, right,
Like
right.
that is the most unsanitary.
I can almost see the germs jumping off and landing in the salad bowl.
I can see them.
Yeah,
That's my problem.
that's your superpower.
Your
They're-
monk.
Dude, yeah, this is the same thing. I wrote down, there was an article recently about whether or not eating birthday cake that someone blew the candles out on would transfer bacteria. And I'm like, this is why this is one of several reasons I don't eat birthday cake that has candles on it. Because
Really?
of fucking course, it seems so goddamn obvious.
Yeah.
Like, if you were like, here, I'm gonna eat this pizza, can you just blow all over it first?
Yeah,
you would
right.
immediately know. But you're
Yeah,
so
right.
used to candles being on a cake, it doesn't even register.
Yeah, it doesn't register.
That's
I'm a
just
fat bitch, so I'm
people
eating the
blow-
cake.
Well,
Give a
someone
fuck.
they did some research on it, and it raised the percent of bacteria on the cake by 1,400%.
Wow.
Well, I'm still eating the fucking cake because I've
Dude,
been
just
doing that for
fucking, you
years,
just cut the
and
top
I'm
off.
fine.
Just peel the top off, and then
Peel
you're
off
safe.
the top layer with
Yeah.
the germs.
Yeah, with the disgusting fucking germ. Dude, you know what? You just hand someone a handful of candles and like, here, I don't want your shit on the cake. It was like $50.
Yeah.
Just blow these out.
I'm not gonna look at a
Just
birthday
blow
cake
these
the
out real
same.
quick.
You know that. Thank you.
You're gonna watch
When
someone.
my kids have birthdays, I'm gonna be like, no thanks.
Just make sure whoever blows on it doesn't have a butt wet mustache going on because they had to fix their sinuses or
Oh my
whatever the
God.
fuck.
Dude, people are fucking disgusting cesspools of disease.
Yes, people are buckets of disease. Humanity is dying out probably for good reason. For good reason. I think Mother Nature has had enough. I think planet Earth is saying, fuck this.
I don't blame Mother Nature.
And what's the difference? We hate it here anyway. Everybody's miserable, no matter what.
That's all true.
Yes. I found another Is It Normal called Is My Discharge Weird, but I'm going to skip it.
Oh my god.
Is it normal to wipe out my ass after I fart?
I mean, I don't. I mean, unless somebody, you know, like.
Unless you feel a little extra.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel extra, but I'm saying I would if it was like wet.
Right.
And that other guy has that fucking problem all the
clearly.
time.
But
In fact, I
luckily-
bet he wrote both of those.
But luckily, his sinuses are clear as a result.
Yeah, so he could fucking smell his nasty ass.
Yeah, he doesn't even need his finger anymore. He just got to hold his used underwear up to his
That
face.
can't be fucking real. Like that's not even. That's
While I do
I gotta
think
be
those
honest with you.
people exist in this world,
You do it.
I
No, I got to be honest with you.
He's gonna come back to
I
us.
see the disbelief in your face. I hear the disbelief in your
Yeah.
voice at these things. But I got to tell you something I've learned in the show.
Go
I've
ahead.
said it before. Anybody listening will probably
people will always
speak-
be more disgusting than the most disgusting thing you think they could do.
I know as a result of this show for a fact that human beings in America fuck animals more 650% more in the United States than they do in Europe. And that's a real
That's a lot of
statistic.
that's
So when you have
shocking.
guests on, you have to hide your cats.
Well,
Like, what
no, we're
because
safer
with numbers
here.
like that, are we sure we're safe?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, but look at the outfits these cats are wearing. You know?
Well, it might be-
yeah.
we'll just get the little black one on them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good,
Yeah, the
good
evil
luck with
bitch.
this.
Won't be no
Yeah.
sinus checking with that cat.
That cat is fucking. She's a cunt.
Yeah, she's a little cunty. Sarah, what do we have next?
So let's see. We will talk about the. Did you hear about the? Oh, I was reading a study about how fish are affected by oil in the water that they live in.
Okay.
Obviously, relating to oil spills, and they found out that a tiny bit of oil in the water makes the fish basically drunk. And they said that what happens is the fish start having really poor decision making skills. like if there's an enemy nearby,
Yeah.
they don't protect themselves.
Yeah, hey, bro, I dare
and
you.
they don't find adequate housing that
Yeah.
covers them. They don't travel in fish packs
Yeah, right,
anymore.
right.
Like they basically act like drunk people.
Wow.
Just little drunk fish.
They like dare each other to fuck with the bigger fish when
yeah,
they're
they're
drunk.
like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, go,
Dare.
do it,
Go do it. Yeah, go tap him and run. See what happens. This fish walks over, slaps the bigger fish a little too hard. and then he goes and hides behind a little dainty weed.
And he like burps out oil bubbles.
Yeah, and like you could totally
But
see
I
him.
wonder how is that though? The oil like gets them drunk.
I guess. Well, the chemical makeup. I don't know what the hell is in that toxic garbage, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know. Maybe.
dude,
I
this
want
is
some.
what we're doing
They
in
have-
the
yeah,
fucking
right,
world.
right?
We're making the fish fucking drunk.
Yeah, man.
Like this is
They're
what
having
we're doing.
regrettable sex. They like the fish wake up the next morning like, oh my fucking head, and he rolls over and he's like, oh shit,
A clownfish? Are you fucking
Are
kidding
you
me?
kidding me? I'm late for work.
Look at this bitch's makeup. Jesus Christ.
It's a blowfish. all inflated in the morning. Like, what the fuck?
Well, big girls need love too.
I agree. Fuck. Wow. Poor. I like that they hide in places where people can totally see them.
Yeah, they're like behind one leaf.
Here's the
It's
thing,
like,
you know what I
this
love?
works. They're
I
like, dude, you're fat. Like, I could see you. What are you talking about?
People who try to justify the fact that they drink a lot and that they can still do things when they drink a lot. Like, I love people who say shit like when I drink, I actually drive better. And it's
but your drunk mind came up with that.
It's because you're drunk and you think you're driving better. You're supposed to leave that logic in drunk world, not bring it back to sober world.
Yeah, because they got superpowers because they're drunk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Every colossal error I've ever made, I can pretty much
Start
go.
you with, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be all right.
I'm totally fine. Totally fine. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're up at 3 a.m. writing fucking "Is it normal?" questions.
Yeah.
About sticking your finger up your ass for sinuses.
Yeah, for sinus clarity.
Could you imagine being a doctor and only giving advice that you found on "Is it normal"? Like someone walks in and a sinus problem. He's like, "Well, what the best way
that
to
I
do
find.
this? You don't have to worry about buying any medicine.
Yeah.
It can save you a lot of money.
Yeah.
You just want to stick the first digit of your index finger up."
Just slide it right in there. You know, if you just close your eyes and not take it too seriously, you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't take it
just wanna know
seriously.
how that works, though.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
This is just some dude that likes to finger his asshole. This is like all the other shit is just extra bullshit.
Which, by the way,
that he made up.
There's no problem with. I don't have a problem with him fingering his asshole whatsoever. I have a
Alright,
problem with him making up side stories
if this is
for it.
real, this is how it happened. The guy is like really into fingering his asshole, okay?
Sure.
He can't tell anybody about it, but he really wants to talk to other people about it. He makes up some dumb story
Right.
to post on the internet
Yeah.
to have an internet conversation with
Right.
other people in that 15 or 25% category
Right.
that are also supposedly doing this for their sinuses.
Right. And then it morphs from some totally innocent shit to just some bro shit.
I don't know. Is that innocent shit?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna move on.
This is like what they do at the Walgreens clinic for sinus problems.
Yeah,
like, what do you do? Like,
Yeah. When they're like, oh, free allergy treatments, and you go in and they just first they put a
Stick
finger in your
up
butt,
your ass.
right? And that kind of puts you off because you're like, dude, I came here because I can't breathe. How did I get this far in this examination? And then they put the finger right up in front of your nose like this, and you're like,
That's so fucking nasty.
no wonder this is free.
all right, can we,
All right.
just move on from
There we
this
go.
dumb fucking story?
This happened right here in New Jersey, right in your hometown. Sorry. Man accused of masturbating during the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, I actually saw not the movie, but I saw that article. That's fucking sick.
Isn't
Like,
that
Is
nuts?
the movie something?
It's a kids movie.
Yeah.
It's a kids movie
Yeah.
about the emojis that we use on our phone.
On our phone, right?
And the dude's just like, I love that giant yellow smiley
He
face.
can't get enough of it.
Yo, but that's so nasty. You know what that reminds me of? Who was it? It was years ago. Was it Pee Wee Herman jerking off?
Let's not even get into the whole Pee Wee Herman thing. That
Yeah.
was bullshit. And first of all, he was at a fucking adult theater, and he wasn't jerking off.
Yeah, right. This guy is
That
at
was a
the
fucking Pee Wee witch hunt.
yeah.
And I'm incensed.
Yeah.
The man needs justice.
I'm so sorry.
Look, jerking off in a porn theater, I can see.
Yeah,
I would never touch the seat in front of me
absolutely.
Or the one you were in.
or anything.
Somehow.
Probably
But
best to
why
just
would you go there? Like,
Right?
like,
yeah.
Like, if you don't have a home
yeah, like
or something,
do it
then
in-
I guess.
do it in your
But
Sure.
fucking bathroom like normal people.
Right.
Like-
Hunch over the toilet.
I mean, what is it supposed to be? You're supposed to jerk off at a movie theater and have other people touch you while you're jerking off.
I think
like,
everybody-
other
I don't
partners?
think that anyone touches anyone. I think
that's
people
so
just pretend they're
weird.
there
That's
by
a
themselves.
wily movie theater if that's the case.
No, but that's so weird.
I
I
feel
know.
like
It's like you're just supposed to.
Act like it's
you're there.
all normal.
But the thing is, everyone is so like, oh my god, I don't want anyone to know that I'm here, but I want to be here so bad that like they're closing themselves off. Like everyone's in that zone. It's the same as like the people that like you go to a porn store. Like you're just pretending no one is looking at you.
Right. And there's just guys with curly mustaches looking at each other
Look
from
like fucking weirdos.
and like comb overs, and then every once in a while you hear the slight peep of a man groan, like and you're like, oh, come on.
That was if he was going to change up the hard CH.
No beer.
Maybe sprinkles. Maybe, but they'd be chocolate
Hey, what's
sprinkles.
going on, people?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Awesome Talk Season 8, Episode 12, the Suit Night finale on August 22nd, 2017.
Suit Night?
We are back.
See, now if we're just going to make every finale a suit night, then that I can remember.
See that shit? You know what I'm saying?
They don't need to actually call me outside of the Facebook universe.
You know what, Tony? I think you're just preoccupied. I think that's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the way you said suit night finale, I realized, then I'll remember it next time. Because I was trying to remember, my finale was the date of my finale, which was probably July last year was when that was my suit night finale, because that was the last time I wore a suit.
Right.
Of any given day. No, it wasn't. But I'm saying for me personally.
Episode.
For me personally. And then I said, well, if he just made every finale a suit night, I wouldn't have to, I had no idea it was suit night. He's like, I sent 45 posts on Facebook today. I'm on Facebook.
It's always suit night.
Right. He said, try taking out 45 advertisements on like X Hamster or fucking YouPorn.
X Hamster. Well, I'll keep it in mind.
X Hamster's the shit.
I'll make sure
I don't know. I'll let you guys.
You guys not know what X Hamster
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Why would I know
that?
I don't know if anybody even gets this.
We are two people.
I get that, like, it's not.
Yeah, like it's not even a question, right? Exactly.
Like, YouPorn and X Hamster are probably not like as huge as like Pornhub is.
Right, or Tube Galore.
But I'm sorry, like, how could someone who had the internet evolve like at the same time I did not know what the
Let's put this in context, Sarah. You and I are two people who spend a lot of time at home alone,
X-Hamster?
so that's probably why we know it.
It's a porn site where you can find
With
things
hamsters?
like
No, nothing to do with hamsters.
Like if you're into like Julianne Moore getting eaten out on camera and you need like an extra looping long clip of that.
No, it's not just that though. It's pretty much.
It's like going to Daily Motion versus YouTube. You know what I mean?
It's
X-Hamster
like the YouTube of porn, kind of like.
No, it's the Daily Motion of Pornhub.
Well, I'm putting it in the broadest
I'll
context.
just go home and look at it myself.
Exactly.
I'll report back next week.
Let me know how it goes.
Wait,
Thank-
you guys
thank
go
you,
to-
Sarah, though,
This
for-
is not porn, but do you guys do Internet K-hole? Anyone here?
K-hole?
Internet K-hole.
Internet K-hole is not porn. I don't believe you.
I know. Well, no, there is porn on it a little bit, but no one Internet K-holes? Because this is the same argument I have.
What?
Is it K-H-O-L-E?
Basically, it's the guy who runs the site. He just comes across pictures from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s and just posts them. And it does, like,
that's awesome.
And it's really awesome. It's like, it could be like your prom photo from 1984, or like you and your band from 1983 in front of your Firebird in Staten Island, or it could be like a naked girl in your bed and you're posing with your buddies like this, like. and it's like a whole. It's literally anything from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Oh well, I
stream it. Just stream it.
I've got
random
boxes and boxes
like,
of strangers' photographs from the 60s.
Send it
that
to
I
this
put on, like,
guy
flea markets.
because the pictures don't have captions. They don't have stories.
Nice.
It's just pictures.
You're just lost. It's mindless entertainment.
And that's why it's called internet cable, because you're just looking at all these fascinating photos. And
This is amazing.
And they're all Polaroids. They're not iPhone pictures.
Right,
They're
no,
not
no,
like,
no,
oh, I'm
it's-
choosing the best one. They're literally like fuck up photos from all time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Go there.
Crazy.
Dope.
Go there.
And it's just KHOLE.
Yeah, internet cable. And I think he got kicked off his blog. I think he was running off a blog.
Oh, maybe it means keyhole.
I
Like,
don't
I'm doing a keyhole of it.
No, do it. It's fascinating.
no, He's like, no, I need to get home tonight.
No, but just go there. All right, regardless.
It's all pictures of
On with the chlorophyll.
I know.
It's all picture me.
Like I said,
dressed from like the 30s.
Me and my roommate went to like college one day. We found this box and we started going through it. And it's pictures just like regular family life pictures from like the 50s. And we're looking at each other, these are awesome. She's like, we gotta hang these up in our apartment. I'm like, okay. And so we got like boxes and boxes, but I can understand the fascination with just going through.
Go there.
Oh, that must be Aunt Millie, you know?
But and he mixes it all up, so it's like you can totally like tell where the dude found like a box of 100 photos, because like you'll have 100 photos of the same people, and like, all right, this is cool, but it's usually just random, and it's so beautiful. It's
cool.
Yeah.
I heard a story about that recently about a guy who like will take your old film and he'll develop it and he'll put it on his website, and he kind of just throws it out there and does whatever tags he can to try to find the people who actually lost that film.
Oh, cool.
Nice. That's good.
Oh, that's
What you got a name for a site, or where'd you hear about it on?
It was on NPR.
NPR. Okay, that'll be it'll be easy to track down.
Could be a similar concept to internet cable.
Yeah.
But
sweet.
Dude, this is a great night. This is a great awesome talk tonight.
Excuse me.
I didn't.
There's a Cappy in Strangle, don't worry.
My chick, thank you so much for being here tonight, man. I want to talk about
Thank you for having
Yawn
me.
Mower.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I want to talk about modern animals, and I want you to say anything you want about these projects, too, because I'll tell you what. Sarah and I saw you at the House of Independence almost a year ago.
November.
Okay, so yeah, right. And we saw your band, and it was fucking awesome, dude, and we loved it, man. So I want you to talk about it. Where did it start? Where did it come from? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, I just set the gear up for Yawn Mower. So these are our two EPs. I'm the guy that sets up. It's a two-piece. What Yawn Mower is a two-piece baritone guitar and drums.
Okay.
Biff is the drummer, and this is the guy that plays the guitar, and I set up all the gear.
Okay.
So
How does the drummer get a name, but the guitar player doesn't?
it's that guy. He just like shows
It's that
up.
guy.
He
That's
just,
awesome.
He just like shows up and plays and then leaves and doesn't coil any cables or put any amps.
Nice. Well, it sounds like a guitar player or a drummer. Either way, one of those guys is going to do that, dude. These guitar players and drummers, you know.
So yeah, but Yawn Mower actually was born. It was me and Biff were doing with Nick and Bob from Gay Guy Straight Guy. We were doing
So
like
good.
a Nirvana cover band and a Weezer cover band. And
that
Biff,
sounds fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was awesome. It was like one of the best shows we've ever played. But he wanted to do a band. He was just like, dude, can we just start like a fuzzy band? And like I bought this baritone guitar that's just thicker strings. It's tuned to B, so it's like a lower register and like 14 gauge strings. So I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing anyway. So we started a band, and it just worked out. And the two of us had like good chemistry, and
Yeah, right.
started writing songs. So, and we really enjoyed playing together and writing, and it's been like very low drama for bands.
Good
which
for you.
Can be like really bad.
Fucking cling to that.
That's what keeps my band together is a lack of drama, man.
Cheers to that.
Some bands thrive off that shit, though.
Some do. That's
And
true.
they make great music because of it, so.
That's true.
But yeah, so we started playing. We didn't know, and then it's been last week was actually the 2-year anniversary of our first show. So we've been playing shows for 2 years, and we're stoked. We got 2 EPs out, and we're gonna go back in like November and do another EP. We're very theme oriented, so like we were talking about the LP. Like I don't want to ever do an LP.
Can I just say that your photography on your albums is awesome? Like her and I were looking up your
Yeah,
albums
I
the
was
other
telling
day,
him about that.
and she was like, "Dude, their fucking pictures are amazing."
So we didn't really know what to do with album artwork because I don't know, there could be a million different things,
Right.
but like
Yeah.
but like
Actually, can I hold them? Because I'll hold them up to
sure.
this camera here.
So the first one, which is the one to the right with the surfboard on the top, we just were like, let's just take a picture of us. And then the second one, we were like, yo, that came out pretty good, so let's just do another one, and that's our thing.
Yeah, right,
and
right.
If you flip them over, it's kind of the same theme on the back.
Dude, I love it so
So
much.
yeah, I mean EPs. I feel like today, the level that we're at, which is low, it's an easy way to get music out more quickly than an LP, because I mean, you guys are bands, like LPs take a long time.
Be
to
more
make.
relevant,
Sure,
So
right.
it's like,
Relevant more often.
we would rather put, like, we did this one last year, we did this one, came out this year, and like we're gonna do one in April again. So like it's just every year we could do one, and then in between those we do covers of random songs that we'll just put out for free on our Bandcamp.
How do you choose a cover?
Usually I get one.
That's
and
a
he gets
great
one.
fucking question.
It's just I get to pick one, he gets to pick one.
Yeah, but hold on. But how do you pick?
Exactly.
Like, how do you personally decide
Right.
why you would pick it? Because I got to tell you
okay.
something, man. Picking a cover song to do, our band was together for 20 years, and it took us that long to settle on any one cover song that we almost didn't do. So I'm curious
You
for
did
you.
Rolling Stones, right?
Yeah.
It's hard because it's a. I mean, you guys. Can
I always wanted them to do a snot snooze button, but they never fucking would.
I would've loved
Yeah, it's
that.
fucking asshole. But anyway,
Well,
sorry.
Okay, you could do snot snooze button, but like, you know what I mean?
Kill that.
The idea behind that is like most of the people in the crowd are gonna be like, "Is that their song?"
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
Yeah,
like-
no one's gonna
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
I
it
gotcha.
is.
Right.
So which is fine. Like so we do a cover of Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett, which is
Oh,
probably
fuck.
like one of the most
Yeah.
I'm not really I'm not a Buffett fan. I don't know his stuff besides that song, but I'm like, well, we should do that one because it's one of the most recognizable songs in the world. But then we do a Promise Ring cover. We do like this band Girls. So we do like more obscure stuff too. But you're like, if you're looking to get people's attention while you play, like you play more known stuff. And if you could do it in your style, then you're kind of. We take Margaritaville and make it into this like 5.5 minute long sludgy mess.
That's
You know what I mean? And, like,
Nice.
which is cool because like us people like it's great to see people's
Yeah,
reactions.
the first time I heard it, I was like,
Right.
dude, I listen to her music and immediately recognize that grunge, that scrungy, grungy influence on what you do too. Like I don't know if I'm wrong and say I hear a little bit of Sonic Youth in there or anything like that, but definitely I hear it in there, dude. And it's really authentically done, which is what I love.
And the great part about this union that we have, you know, me and Biff, like, is that he's a bunch of years younger than me, so like he has a whole other reference
dope.
that I do. So I'll be like, check Sonic Youth out, and then he'll be like, well, check this band out and check this out. So like we'll come at it with different ways and different bands like that.
How big of a gap is there age wise?
8 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For music, that's a shitload.
Yeah.
Depending
That's a
on
lot.
where
That's
you
a lot
are.
of history.
yeah,
Wow.
different
But,
genres.
My band's got like a 30-year fucking ace band.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know, it's a big difference.
And we only really noticed it the other day. I saw him write his age down, and I looked at him and I went, "Really?"
Wow,
You're
shit,
like
right?
16.
And I'm
Should I be?
Beer
Should
back.
I be talking to you right now?
But like, yeah, but like that's the thing. Like, it's cool though, because he'll look at me and be like, "Nah, not that one." But then that's why it's like you pick one, I
Right,
pick
true.
one,
Wow.
and there's no
Like jury selection.
Yeah, and it's like as long as you
Jury
selection.
Well, basically what's coming down to it.
Can you make it for the next 6 months?
Oh, that fucking made me happy.
I didn't mind jury. I mean, like, by the way, like, is jury duty really that bad?
Yeah, I'll send out in 4 days.
I have yet to ever be called to jury duty, so like I don't know.
All right. Until tomorrow.
It's not bad. Let's get caught on a case for 6 months.
I mean, I enjoy
I think
being
that'd be
in that
exciting.
basement for 3 days. Just
I don't know, maybe that's
people
me.
watching.
Yeah,
most
It sounds
people's employers would
tedious
be
and
so.
annoying, but no.
You gotta get up early, right?
So let me ask you something else.
You gotta be there early.
Do you feel like having a guy in your
Let's just
band
sequester,
that's...
then they got you in the hotel room. You're
Yeah.
banging the other jurors.
There you go.
Do you feel like
See,
having
that's the
someone
silver lining.
that you work with that's 8 years younger than you, do you feel like you've learned something from working with somebody that much younger than you that you don't think you would have without him there?
No.
In other words,
no,
does
I
he
don't-
expose you to music that maybe you wouldn't have thought to listen to without him?
Maybe we
That's
have
what I was just
very
saying.
similar taste. I mean, we have like similar tastes, but there will be some times where he'll be like, you know, yeah, I like this band or whatever band. But I feel like we're on the same page musically with a lot of stuff when we write our own stuff.
Right.
So, but a lot of the bands that he likes are the same. He was just younger when I was listening to him too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, right.
So like,
Okay, sure.
So like, he'll be like, yeah, I love Pedro the Lion. You know, there's this one band where I'll be like, yeah, well, I was just 8 years older than you listening to Pedro the Lion at the same time. You know what I mean? And then I'll be like, that's my cover for the next round.
Like two
You guys
future
cover
lovers
Pedro
staring
the
at the
Lion?
same August moon.
Wait, you cover Pedro the Lion?
We don't.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
Big-
weird.
big
to
fan.
hear that sludgy.
On a baritone?
Yeah.
I mean, the baritone dictates a lot of the sound of it as well. Like, we just, like, because it's a big, like, thicker guitar.
Sure.
Which is nice, too, with a two-piece because it fills out a lot of sound.
Right, yeah, you get more sonic.
That a regular guitar would not have. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, at the beginning it was hell on the fingers because it's a 14.
Right.
So, like, it's a lot. But then, like, after a while, it's like, yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah.
Warren Zevon did a lot of stuff on baritone.
Yeah.
I love Warren. I love that guy. It's like, I didn't know he had a baritone.
Yeah.
He's a great lyricist, man. This shit.
Where can people find your music online?
Online, we're on Spotify. Like the 2 EPs are on Spotify. They're on iTunes. Those are the 2 biggest ones, and then I guess there's other smaller ones besides that. We're on Bandcamp. If you go to yawnmower.com, it'll direct you to Bandcamp, and then all of our stuff is there. We have a Christmas EP that's on there. We put together one of those, and then all the covers are there to stream or download for free.
You did a
Because-
Christmas. What songs did you do? Did you make up Christmas songs? Or you covered?
Joy to the World. No, they're all like standards. Joy to the World. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Dude, that's fucking amazing, dude. What a great idea.
Yeah. So it came together really fast, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So and
I love
why
that.
not? And why not?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing too.
Right.
Is like we're both at the point that we've been in bands forever. Like everybody's been in bands forever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, let's do a Christmas EP.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know
Now
what I mean?
I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one.
Tomorrow, dude. This is
You know,
awesome.
Sorry.
If it's fun, that's the thing. Like we're not like we were talking about record deals and stuff like that before. Like we want, like that's like we're into that, but also we're just doing this for fun. Like we have day jobs, and like this is the release from the day job.
Sure.
So if we can
Totally
play
understand.
in New York or Philly or Trenton or wherever else, we'll go. If we play in Asbury, we play around here. Like we just
You guys play a
as
lot.
much as we can.
You play a lot.
You know, we just try
That's
to.
cool.
And if like we played at this gig in Raritan, we got a random call from this guy. It was called Al Chabelli's Pub, and we had no idea what to expect. But those are sometimes the best
Yeah,
gigs.
totally.
Where you have either it's the worst gig,
Right.
and you're like, yo, that was.
Like we
bad.
didn't get beat up.
Right.
Yeah, or like we had some that were just like
You're like,
It always
shit, I'm glad I
leads.
said
Either
yes to
way,
this.
it's a great story, no matter what. At the end
Exactly.
of the day, right.
And sometimes
That's
it's
why
worth
we do
just
it.
that.
Right.
Is like to just have that story. But like that was a rad place. Like we had a great time. Everybody was into it. We had no idea who anybody else. We didn't know anybody, so we just met everybody. And it was a good time.
Yeah.
So we just try to do as much as we can within our work schedules and all that. So it's fun.
Let's talk about Modern Animals.
All right. So
What is Modern Animals?
Modern Animals is that's just the artwork that I do. So
Hold up.
I just
I love this stuff. It's awesome.
I used to paint and draw stuff under the name Grand Alto years ago, and then I got sick of that, so I stopped doing that and started doing Modern Animals. And it's basically characters with either their collages or paintings or drawings or different mediums with different phrases. So it's pretty much the art thing for me is like just about learning and just about being like, see, right now I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of bored with the shit that I'm doing in Modern Animals, so I'm like, I need to redo this. I need to figure something else out.
Reinvent yourself, sure.
Yeah. So
That's
like,
a sign of somebody who's truly creative.
so it's just because you get to a point where you don't want to look at the same shit all the time. And I'll tell
Yeah.
people that like I like doing like the punk rock flea markets and like any
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
so
markets.
cool. I have a lot of friends who work at those. Yeah, they're fun.
It's more about like it's more about going there
Showing
and
up.
meeting who you can meet
Yeah,
and
sure.
be like, oh, it's great to see.
Is there any
you.
costume?
Showing
Is
up
there any
and
costume
showing up
involved
and doing
with
it.
the
Yeah.
film?
just
It's a whole fucking
just me.
culture,
I
man.
set
It's
up
awesome.
too. I set up.
It's
I
more
set up
than
the,
it's more than just going to shows. It's also about the
I
extracurriculars.
like that idea.
It's, like all the
Right,
stuff
it's a
like that.
community.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
exactly.
like,
it's a lot more
it's-
fun that way, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. Like and really, what the best part is like when somebody walks past your table and you talk to them and they look at it and some just do like the, oh okay, and they walk away, and then others, and then some like come in and they're like, oh.
Oh.
And like when you get that, you can see in people's eyes, like
spark.
immediately,
Yeah,
that
sure.
you're just like, this person gets it.
That's awesome.
And that's awesome. Like, you know what I mean? And like, you know,
God, what a fucking interesting world we're living in right now. Man. I love it, dude.
You know, and it's like I try to keep my stuff cheap. People sell art, and that's always always an argument. Like, how much do you sell your art for?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would rather it be in somebody's house than in my closet.
I'm not. Look, some people say if you don't put you don't attach a value to it, it has no value. But you don't have to attach a value to it if somebody finds value in it. So, and I'm with you. I'd much rather have somebody having something. I talked to an artist earlier this year. She had a bunch of stuff hanging in the coffee shop, tons of it. And it was a painting I particularly wanted. And I only had $50. I was doing a benefit. And I only had $15 on me. I wrote her a fucking note on Facebook. I had a friend who was friends with her. He actually sent her a text, and I'm like, she wanted like $22 for it. I'm like, I got $15. She's like, I need to put food on my table too, dude. I was like, okay, good luck with that. It's still hanging there like a year and a half later. It's just not because it's some sentimental connection to me. But my point is, I'd much rather sacrifice the dog.
Totally.
But that is a tough question. How much, you know.
I mean, I would just like, okay, so I'll sell this at the thing for like 15 to 20 bucks. Okay, I would hope to get 20 bucks. If you told me that you could give me 10 bucks and you really loved it, I've had that situation.
Sure, of course.
And I'm just like, yes, go ahead. If you know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to get one over on me, good for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
cool,
If you expect
bro.
this goat to be worth $5 million in the year 2052, then go ahead.
But if I put this up for $100, there's no way I'm gonna sell this for $100. You know what I mean? And I get that.
I don't have that much money.
In Asbury,
What else? Jesus Christ! I just dropped 20. You're
stays in
being an
Asbury,
asshole now.
And I would. Don't get me wrong. I would love to sell this for $100 at a punk rock flea market, but I know that like it's not going to happen. And I'm cool
just
with
sold it right now.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's more about just
like,
being
nope.
able to-
Yeah, maybe he's turned his nose up at $20.
Was that just like theater? Or,
Oh no,
He's
Okay.
dead
He's
serious.
dead
That's
Wait,
theater of
you
the
actually
wallet.
sell it?
No, he's
Yeah, Jared doesn't pull out money unless he's
he's dead serious. He
no
wants
matter
it.
what the vice cops
So
tell
wait,
him.
did you actually only want $20 for that?
Yeah.
I would give you 30.
It's like $20 worth of frame right
Oh!
there.
Oh!
Oh, that's
He got
not
30. Do I hear 40? Anybody got 40 going once? Oh, wait.
So like,
Oh,
so
this
yeah,
is for
so-
you. I can see this in your bathroom or something.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
I
totally
love that.
A lot of people put them above their toilets.
I'm not spending any money tonight, gentlemen.
Can I hold that one up? Do you mind?
Yeah.
Those are splash guards.
So like normally modern animals is this. Well, this guy's name is Caps.
Okay.
With the big tooth. So like that's his deal. So normally they're like this kind of guy, but this is like stuff that I'll just find. and
Dude, look.
I'll be like, this is cool.
dressed like an auctioneer. I mean, it's Come on. Do I have 50? Do I have 59? No. 71, 75 is going sold to the gentleman in the back with $70.
But it's cool. It's just fun. I enjoy being a part of that community.
Yeah.
And yeah, I acknowledge like everybody. We got to work. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I mean, I was brought up saying like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, pretty much. So it was just like, you know, you got to get a job. I understand that you like this stuff, but chances are you're not going to make a lot of money out of it.
But the point is, having a job doesn't hurt that. Especially, like I grew up in a house full of artists and musicians, and the number one rule I learned was get a job you love. Get a job that you can get up each morning and go to, and if you're lucky, you will not actually have to get up to go to the job, and that's what I got. But early on, I knew that, as opposed to where all my friends who were musicians were like, "Oh, I'm not going to be," and I got a fucking awesome job, you know what I'm saying? And I happen to get lucky. But the point is, you need to have something to fall back on, because the starving artist is a romantic notion, but so is cholera. I think I've said that before, and I keep saying that because I like it. But you know,
it's gonna be on your shirt.
That's gonna be my next shirt.
Yeah,
we gotta get it like embroidered on something. Yeah.
It makes it more enjoyable, I think, because then you can put stuff out. You don't have to You don't have to worry.
Well, the thing is, you can tell the man go fuck himself, and that's the best part.
Yeah.
They want you to play a show. Like I had an instance where there's this festival comes to town every year, and they wanted me to play a show at a shitty venue, and I was like, cool, that's cool, I can play. And then they wanted to move me to a really good venue, and then some guy who had an issue with me. He wanted to move a cover guy. I said, you know what? I usually don't play these things because it's like a bunch of old men fucking quibbling over an already open fucking Old Spice gift fucking set at a Chinese auction at Christmas time in the senior citizen home.
You
and so I said,
an old man.
So I said, thanks, but no thanks. And I wrote a letter to the guy's right. I said, I got a great job, but I don't need to deal with this hassle. And one of the guys writes is a pretty famous artist. He goes, dude, that's why I got a great job and do what I do. And there's something to be said for that, because you don't compromise.
Here we go.
Nothing worse than a bitter fucking artist or bitter creative person walking around because they have to do something they don't want to do. So anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying I agree with you.
A we'd have it no other way from you.
There is no other way from me. I had to bring it to you. If you ever hear it from another way, you better look for a fucking, a Rick and Morty episode out. Okay, what do they call us? Mises?
Meeseeks. Yeah.
Anyway, show you.
Show.
Dude, you
You
got
got
it.
it. Watch
It's
the show.
fucking-
Both
it's
you
the
motherfuckers.
smartest dumb shit
So,
you'll ever
Mike,
see.
where can people find your stuff online? Where should people be looking for you?
Modern Animals.
modernanimals.net. So I have an Instagram page, and that's where all the artwork is.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
if you go to Modern Animals on Instagram, because it's not worth the time to put a website together. It's just like reroutes you right there. It's just too easy to just
Sure, should redirect you.
Yeah, right.
and just put it all on there. I mean, it's a great format for
Yeah, it's
artwork.
dope.
You know what I mean? So it's all the artwork's on there. Yawn Mower's on Instagram. We just got a Twitter. Even though
Utilize that Twitter, man. I'm telling you, it's fucking
We're
good.
gonna try. I feel like Twitter's just like screaming into an empty room.
I'm telling you, it's not, man.
sometimes.
Learn to use those hashtags, fucking,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you that it'll make your shit grow.
Yeah,
It will.
it's all about the tweets through the trees. One just carrying it through.
And the ads and all that. Yeah. We're working with that. We got that, and then we're on Facebook as well, and but yawnmower.com will bring you to the music. You can listen to the music or go to Spotify, and Spotify has all the stuff on there too.
Well,
So,
I want to say thank you so much for being here tonight, dude. You have been a great guest
Yeah,
tonight,
man.
man.
Thanks.
And as a
Good
season
season, man.
finale, as a season finale, this is like what I want to see, man.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
this has
man.
just been a great night, and you've been a great guest, dude.
it's super fun.
And you're gonna do a song for us to close us out tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Before you do
Yeah,
that,
you can get his number.
actually, let's get him set up over
How do
here.
I get your jerky though?
Tony, we're gonna move you
Yeah,
out of the
we'll
way.
go
We're gonna
over
get
there.
him set up over
I'll lay
here.
down in the bed for a little
And
bit.
then I'm gonna ask you a question before we actually get to it. If we can.
Hey, Rick.
Well, he usually films with his phone there.
Hey, Rick.
So
Yeah.
I usually
Make sure you
film
plug this
from like
we're
the missing bench
Okay.
over here. Like so right
What
there.
is it?
where
I'm sorry.
Jared was.
No, I'm good where I am.
Epic Film guys, come back.
Here, just make sure
They
when you
posted,
start
I don't hear
recording
anything.
it's
Where's it
sideways
say?
already,
Yeah, yeah,
because, you know,
Oh, I see it. Yo, Epic
And
Film
then
guys,
just
back
button.
September
Yeah.
14th.
Yeah, and just
Definitely check them out. Go on fucking go on iTunes and Google Play and look for them. I'm telling you, it's a great show.
Oh shit! What did I do? Nothing. I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I have done nothing.
All right, so are we ready? Are we good? I'm gonna put this way. Ryan, could you twist that microphone toward him? This one right here, and maybe aim it downward a little bit. The more fucking good recording I have, the better. Obviously. Dope as fuck. All right, so we are. Can you talk about what this song is, where it comes from, what's it about, what's it called?
This song is off the first EP called "Get to the Boat." It's called "Convenience Store," and it's the song that we close with most of the time. It's the one if we had a hit, that would be our hit.
Okay.
We could talk about it in such plain language because I don't know, but it's a good song. It's about day-to-day life in Asbury Park, actually. So it's pretty much it. So here it is. Early morning in the city of ashes, waking up to the morning show, going downstairs to greet the pavement. I gotta walk Helicopter Jones, got the coffee and the morning paper. I'm seeing people that I kind of know, streets sweeping away the garbage, all in front of the convenience store. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. Afternoon in the city of ashes, there's never any fucking place to park. Shadows moving from bench to bench, smoking cigarettes and talking art. What do people all do for their money?
I'll go anywhere you wanna go. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. Late night in the city of ashes, seeing people I don't wanna know. Walking crooked and driving reckless, headed to the convenience store. I got a sandwich and coconut water. I gotta walk Helicopter Jones, spinning ceilings above the mattress, drifting off to the danger zone. Well, I'll go anywhere you wanna go. And I'll go anywhere you wanna go. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. And I'll go anywhere you wanna go.
Damn.
That's it.
Nice. Awesome, dude. Kick-ass,
Thank you.
man. Dude, thank you so much for being here tonight, man. This has been really, really great tonight.
Thanks.
Stuff
No,
my
like,
dick
this
in my
doesn't make
finger.
any
So, one more final thing before we go.
Final word.
The final word. There's something that we reserve for our guests, right?
The old final word.
The final word. So in other words, if this was your last thing that you had to say to the whole world right now, what would it be? Final word.
Oof.
If you answer wrong, you die.
Let me tell you about this part. We generally like to leave this as a surprise.
Yeah, we invited you. We left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we
Exactly.
play
Fresh
the
blood
most
to drink.
dangerous game.
I was tortured by like 100 dudes in that room. It was really bad.
It was fun. That's why I got to join the show.
Yeah, I feel like that was my initiation.
We all win in different ways.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let him go. That's a hashtag.
Final word.
Be excellent to one another.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yes.
So if you want to find me first, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me. That was-
Thank you to
that was fun,
everybody,
man. It was great.
all of our
Yeah.
guests this
Absolutely.
season. I want to say big ups to our new members here that we've had this season, which has been fucking
Absolutely.
amazing. Thank you to all the people who watch, all our subscribers.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep.
If you want to find more of us, AwesomeTalkTV.com is being revamped as we speak. It's going to be fucking amazing soon. Find Awesome Talk TV on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram's always got fucking content on there. And we will be back. Episode 1, Season 9 of Awesome Talk will be September 26th. And we've already started booking for that season. We have all sorts of shit on the fucking table right now. Anything else that I left out? Big ups to our sponsor, Nevermore Designs. Thank you fucking so much. And one more hand for our guest tonight, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Great having you tonight.
My
I love that name. That could be a porno name too, by the way. if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, she already knows.
Sure, absolutely.
The Iron Sheik.
You're going to be required to wax your mustache into a handlebar in that character. But.
Besides my middle name plus the street sign that I grew up with, right? That's right. That's the core name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is better. This is
Mike
so much
Sheik.
better. Mike Sheik.
I like chic.
You make up an accent that no one's ever heard before.
What is that?
People are like, I don't know, but it's racist.
It's cheeky.
Yeah.
It's chic.
Yeah.
It's on fleek. It's on chic.
Listen, everybody, this has been Awesome Talk, Season 8, Episode 12, Suit Night, the season finale. Thank you all very much for drinking with us.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
hey,
you.
everybody.
That
That
is fucking
is
awesome talk.
We will see you September 26th.